Hey, what's up, ecosystem? Welcome back to Auto Transport Intel. You know, I started this channel back in 2017, and within a year I had new car haulers asking me for advice. But I don't drive, I don't load and unload, and there's nothing easy about car shipping. So I needed an auto transport business coach that I could rely on. And that person is Ty Thompson. In 2018, we co-founded CTS Business Coaching, and he's been taking your phone calls ever since. 417-483-2764. Last year, we kicked off Cars on the Move monthly Roundtable, which was a private group session where carriers could learn and network. But tonight, we're going to bring it to you live here on YouTube, because we believe people should know what they're doing. We believe in education. We don't stand around and criticize. We teach. We teach business principles, automotive marketplace, networking and sales, and loading and unloading. And none of this is a get-rich-quick scheme. So if you've got cars on the move, please join the live chat, ask your questions, share your thoughts, grow your business, because it's Tuesday nights live on Auto Transport Intel. I'm Jay, your host. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to Auto Transport Intel. It's Tuesday nights live. I'm Jay, your host, and welcome back to the show. I really do appreciate you joining us again tonight. We got something special. This is a unique event, and we see that frequently here. So let's do this. I want you to feel welcome. Please do feel welcome. If this is your first time joining us live on a Tuesday night on Auto Transport Intel, feel welcome. You can ask any question you want. People want to help you. And this is a big industry. There's a lot of different verticals and people. It's huge. So say hello in the live chat. Promote your business. Share your company name. Share a link. Share a phone number. Find business. Grow your business. That's the whole point. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go into industry news. Now, industry news is national news, social media news, front of the store, back of the store, what's being talked about, auto transport tech, car shipping trends, vehicle logistics news. We're going to do that for quite a while. And then we are going to, the 40-minute mark, we're going to bring in Ty Thompson. We're going to start and we're going to kick off the Cars on the Move monthly roundtable live on Auto Transport Intel, January 2021. We're going to talk about where we've been, where we're headed, and then we're going to bring in Josh T. He's going to share a story, some information. I don't even know what it is. It's a surprise to me too. But when he's done, we are going to, at the 1 hour mark, we are going to bring in Ron, Jeff, Andrew, Brian, Trevor, Konstantin, Carlos, Rob, Abdi, Janet, Sean, Lucky, Shannon. We're going to keep going. We have a lot of people coming in tonight. We're probably going to break the internet. I don't know what's going to happen. We've never done this before. It's an experiment, and it's going to be fun. So, and the point is, again, I mean, it's not all carriers. The majority of the people that watch and participate are carriers. But as Paul can tell you, we're growing into dealers. I've got a bunch of new friends that are in fixed ops. We talk to people that work at auctions, got a few OEMs, tech, insurance, DOT compliance, etc. So there's a lot to talk about. We want you to share your information. So do me a favor. Do that. Oh, do me a favor. Click that like button, and then you can click that share button. You see it. You're watching the video right now. You see that share button. If you click it, then you click the copy button. Grab that link. Text it. Email it. Share it on social media saying, my gosh, I can't believe you're not here with us. But it's not too late. It is not too late because you can go ahead and join us. The show hasn't even really got started. You know you can sign up on autotransportintel.com. You do know that. Without any further ado, here's what I want you to do. When we come back after the break, we're going to say hello in the live chat. I want to talk to you.
Are you completely stressed out from all the calls and the contracts and the verification of loads when nobody answers the phone? Call Murphy Auto Dispatch Services today. Murphy Auto Dispatch Services has over 15 years of experience in the transport industry. We are your office while you are on the road. We book, we verify, and we bill out your loads for you. We have an excellent accounting staff and an even better dispatch team. Give us a call today at 417-273-0021. Or if you want to email me, it's murphyautotransport31@yahoo.com. Give us a call today.
That is the voice of Sue. She runs a dispatch team, dispatch office. She is a fully licensed broker as well, and my co-host on Thursdays on Dispatching Live. If you need a dispatcher, contact her. The link is in the live chat, or just tune in on Thursdays, ask questions. You can feel free to do that. So without any further ado, yeah, let's go into the live chat. And I see it moving, and I appreciate it. You're seeing the live chat on your screen. So now what I got to do is I got to back it up. And keep it moving. I love it, man. Thank you. I love seeing people in the live chat, interacting, participating, saying hello. So thank you so much. First in here, I got Silver Mint. Translation, you have the best car sales channel on the web. Thank you so much. And then you have the best car shipping channel on the net. So thank you so much, Silver Mint. I really appreciate that. Ty Thompson is here as well, chiming in. Best car shipping business channel in the world. Wow. In the galaxy, in the universe. Guys, I really do appreciate it. And it's no joke. I mean, we're really doing something different here. And I need your help because it's a community effort, right? And that's what I love about it. It's what comes around. Ty likes to say, what you give away is what you keep. Carlos Braxton, are y'all having fun? Yes, we are. Andrew Sierka, gonna be the best show yet. What's up, Andrew? Shaw Auto Carriers, greetings to all, both a carrier and a broker. Cool, thank you, Shaw. That's awesome. Finest Towing and Recovery, good evening, guys. John from Finest, what's up, John? Pepson Auto Transport, Brian Pepson says hello. What's going on? Mikhail Nikov, hello from East West Express. What's up, Mike? You know, I've been trying to get back in touch with folks. You know, time moves and we lose touch, and I wanna get an update from everybody. You know, what's everybody doing? So please do. If we haven't talked in a while, say hello. Feel free to send me an email. I love to hear from you guys. Ty's in here with the first super chat. You know, Ty, you make it easy to do events like Cars on the Move Monthly Roundtable. You know, it was hard when I first had advice seekers coming in, and I would take phone calls, and I know about different car shipping business aspects, but when it comes to the nitty gritty of the equipment and the driving and the hands-on mechanics of it all, Ty, thank you so much for contributing and filling that piece and that part. At this point, we've got so many different parts in our network, like Mark with the tech, and with Lino with insurance, and Brian with compliance. It's amazing. But as we expand and grow, we realize there's room for so many more. So that's awesome. Keep piling in. Thank you so much for doing that. Catherine Geurrero says hello. She's with us tonight. Joseph McCleary, what's up? Hauling Hotshot freight till I 10-year insurance. Bad car pay. Better pay for now till April. Cool, man. Thanks for saying hello and tuning in. That's awesome. Rob Stevenson, what's up, Jay? Currently in Fort Wayne, moving that metal. That's awesome. Lionel Yates, evening, everyone. What's up, Lionel? Adam M, woohoo. Made it just in time. I had to go buy a Mega Millions and Powerball. Yeah, dude. What's up? If I win this one, I'll be like Oprah and give everyone a car. You get a car. You get a car. You get a car. Yeah, dude. We're into it. That sounds awesome. Ron at NYC Traffic Inc. is here. What's up, fellas? So glad to finally take some time to drop in. Who's playing in the sandbox? That's awesome, man. It's good to see you in here. We, you know, and we do. We know our regulars. We know our core. We know who rings the bell. Do you get tired of the bell ringing, or is it a Pavlovian thing? You're like, where's the bell? I think I get kind of hooked on the bell. You know, it used to be, right? The siren in the back, but I was like, you know, that's kind of negative. Whereas this is way more positive. Hellcat Izzy says hello. Do we give Hellcat Izzy a bell or a siren? Let me know. Put it in the live chat. Bell or siren for Hellcat Izzy. Let's see. Exotic Hotshot is here. What's up, Konstantin? We are growing. It's crazy. DJ Kid is here. What's up? Andrew Sierka, Super Chat is unavailable. Oh, really? Oh, man. Well, try again. Ask Ty. Ty's done it. Look at that. Ron is in there. That's cool. Chris Chamberlain, thanks, Ty, for the talk the other day. Sorry I can't make it in the round table. It's no problem. That's why it's monthly. Hellcat Izzy says you're the man. Well, I think that calls for a bell. Thanks, man. Sheldon Nixon is in the live chat. What's up? Ty Thompson, Mark Groteke is here. What's up, SuperFlo Systems? Carlos Braxton, NYC, Mark, Konstantin, Larry Archie says hello. Man, awesome. Wow. This is cool. Ants Transportation is here. And look at that. Ron NYC. Shout out from NYC, man. Ron is going to be in the roundtable tonight. Again, normally we don't do the roundtable live. This is our first roundtable live, and it seemed like the right thing to do. And we're not going to do it live every time, but it should be interesting. And and Ron, so thank you, buddy. Ron, you helped make this happen. So thank you so much for your contribution to the channel. It's really, really appreciated. Oh, Hellcat wants a siren. What's up? You know, I got a new prop. You're going to see this on Dispatching Live. You know how I roll the dice? Well, I figured why not do a martini shaker? So there's my new prop. It's crazy. Catherine Geurrero gladly donating to support the cause. Thank you, Catherine. That is so cool. I really appreciate it. And I mean, because to keep this channel going, keep the lights on and everything else, I don't have to explain it. You guys know how the expenses go out the door. So thank you so much. Look at that. Sheldon Nixon. Sheldon's going to be with us tonight on the round table. Really appreciate the contribution. That is incredible. We hope that Catherine, Sheldon, we hope you get your money's worth tonight on the round table. And that's one of the things, again, about Ty taking all the phone calls. Man, he's on the phone constantly. I don't know how he does it. And then when I call him, he answers. It's unbelievable. I don't know how he does it. And I really, really appreciate the contribution and everybody participating. Let's see here. And Mark, SuperFlo Systems, in case we have to repair the internet. Yeah, right? So if we have any internet issues, let me know. We all just hold on to our desks and hit the bell and pray for rain. So thank you guys so much. It is really incredible. And Jay's such a small dinger. Really? Really, Brian? We were on such a roll. I'm going to give Brian the... All right. No, I'm just kidding. Guys, really, it is amazing. And we're already at the quarter hour. So thank you all so much for saying hello in the live chat and ringing the bell. That is incredible. Thank you so much for your super chat and your contributions. It really means so much. Oh my gosh, and Andrew Sierka's in here too. ATI is the premier car shipping business channel. Man, you know, that is amazing. I think you're putting speed bumps in my speechiness, because I'm usually, I just run at the mouth, but I can't thank you enough for your contribution. Thank you so much. That is incredible. And and Hellcat Izzy's jumping in here too. I really appreciate it. And I work so hard on this channel, and sometimes I look at like the pithy little views, and I'm like, man, really, I did all this work for that, and then somebody says, starts handing out money, and they're like, hundreds of views. I'm like, I don't know, man, maybe I'm on the wrong track. So you guys you guys help me put faith back into what it is that I think we're trying to do, and what I think I see that we're doing. And so the community's growing. Thank you so much. It really is incredible. I can't thank you enough. So I think what I need to do is I need to keep the show moving. I need to go into industry news. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to stick around. Is this what we're doing? Let me just double check. Right? Because I'm stunned. I'm stunned, I tell you. All right, we'll be right back with industry news. Thank you.
Even with all the tools at our disposal, there is still about 48 million empty miles in our network. Empty miles happen when driver Bob makes his delivery and returns home without freight. After all, there aren't cars just waiting for delivery on every corner. But there is non-automotive freight, and our network is already active around the country. So what if Bob could leverage his trailer to deliver something other than cars? We searched high and low to find a way to do this within regulations, and we found it. We can do this now with current equipment, and we're working on innovative new trailers that will deliver even more cars and more freight. This is a total game changer, and here's the math. We're already paying the cost of those 48 million empty miles, and with no revenue to show for it. We can make $1.50 to $2.50 in revenue per mile with dry freight. Since dry freight is not as specialized as automotive, backhauls can be found without adding miles to Bob's trip. This means Jack Cooper will make even more profit, and our drivers will make even more money. It also means fewer miles in America's delivery network and lower carbon emissions for the country. Call it a win-win-win-win. For driver Bob, for Jack Cooper, for America, and for our investors. We're Jack Cooper, driving innovation for the 21st century.
Wow. Thank you guys so much. I'm watching the live chat just exploding over here, and it is amazing. So thank you so much. I just want to say this as I put it in the live chat. You can go to jackcooper.com/careers. If you are looking for change things up in your car hauling, they also have other jobs available: yard supervisor, dispatch, I believe terminal manager, and there's different locations around the map. So go to jackcooper.com/careers and find out more about what's in it for you. Carlos Braxton ringing the bell. Wow. And, and Ron, 2021 is going to be the ATI era. First, I want to say this. Thank you for that, Ron. Thank you so much. Carlos, thank you for your contribution. You're in here all the time. Carlos at ACB Logistics, and he's also going to be with us in the Roundtable tonight. So this is super exciting. So many contributors and participants in the show tonight. And Isaac, thank you. Thanks for all the knowledge. Thank you, Isaac. I appreciate that. The crazy thing, what we didn't know, I started this channel in 2017. I've always been a media and marketing guy, and I really do. I find the car shipping industry pretty fascinating in its vastness and its reach. And now with the way things are changing as of last year, not just with digital auctions and things like that, but also the fact that we couldn't do any more physical trade shows. Wow. So much changed that, yeah, you know what? This is going to be an interesting year, and I think we can feel it. It's really interesting. Cash is King Trucking, thank you so much. That's awesome. I really appreciate it. Thank you for doing that. Thanks for saying hello, participating, ringing the bell. Okay, I'm excited to tell you we are doing the Cars on the Move monthly roundtable tonight, live on Auto Transport Intel. Yes, Jay, we know. What does that mean? Well, here's the thing. Okay, so when you go to the Auto Transport Intel YouTube channel homepage, right, and you see Cars on the Move, it's a show on Friday where Ty and I connect dealers, auctions, and carriers, and then I'll make videos, which are coaching videos. You've seen him with Konstantin and Chris from Bulldog Transport, and checking out the Lore trailer, and he's out in the snow. Hey, buddy! Okay, well, that's Cars on the Move, and what it's all about coaching. Because we know that, and this goes for all of us, no matter what we do, we can use self-reflection and some coaching and mentoring, right? And so that's really what it's all about, is mentoring, coaching, and just double-checking what's your strategy. You know, are you on the right track? Do you have a question? So Cars on the Move monthly roundtable has been a live monthly roundtable, but a private session, not live on YouTube. You know, I talk about the entire ecosystem, and I'm not going to stop doing that. It's a giant ecosystem. I mean, it's really, really big. And we're starting to have effect on other verticals. Tonight's show, carriers through ATI talking to dealers. That is what Cars on the Move primarily is all about. It's a great way to explain where back of the store meets front of the store. In fact, tonight, we're going to start, I think we're going to start a little bit in the front of the store. But we do want to mention, if you didn't see the show last week, Midwestern Car Carriers, it was incredible. Midwestern Car Carriers is a local fleet here in Kansas City, but they have a huge running lane. It's all on their website, and if you missed it, man, here's just a frame from that. We were having fun. We got Ed up top with me and Ty, and then there's Rod, and then there's Joe Burkari. That was a great show. Check it out, Midwestern Car Carriers. Absolutely ringing the bell, because in the 2021, the year of the hybrid, yes, I made this frame, and I think it's going to be relevant all year. I think it actually started last year, but we are physical meets digital all day long. And you can't get away from it. For example, Asbury has ClickLane. Asbury Automotive Group adds ClickLane. I mean, they're going into competition. They're taking their dealership rooftops to the next level. They're going to be competing, I think, pretty much at the Carvana level, where you can buy it. It's omnichannel, like CarMax. We got a lot of companies that are growing software solutions to intermix and help with part of the process. Carketa, they're going to be on the show here in about a month. Step one in their process is transportation. So there you go. All these solutions are mixing, not to mention what's going on with inventory. So we got to pay attention. Obviously, Cox Automotive has a lot of information. Black Book does too. We're going to be following inventories. We're going to be following news, like what's going on with OEMs and plants. Microchip shortage. That's interesting. In fact, here in the notes down below, we got roughly 3,900 workers who build the Ford Escape and Lincoln Corsair will be on temporary layoff. So they're on layoff this week, but they will receive 75% of their gross pay during the downtime. Well, who's gonna help absorb some of that cost, right? Now this is interesting. How then in the UK, car sales have fallen to the lowest level since '92. We're not having that locally. So we are going to keep an eye on global trends. It may not affect us day to day, but it's good to know. Black Book obviously watching the trends, and we're so excited that Paul Machine is appearing on Auto Transport Intel from time to time to share information. Yes, we want to know about all the online, all the conferences are online. You're not going to be going to anything physical for another, I don't even know, 6 months, 8 months? I really don't know. But until you can appear physically, join the online events. Just do it. If you're driving or having lunch, check this out. Cox Automotive, this thing's free. I couldn't believe it either. But starting January 25th, a 10-day virtual event. You want to register for this. Jay, how do we get registered for it? Go to, here's the URL, coxautoinc.com. coxautoinc.com. Go to coxautoinc.com. You see this button down here in the lower right? Register now. Click on it. Get signed up. I'm already signed up. I'll see you there. Here's another one, automotive logistics. Now, Ty and I, we did get to some physical shows at Automotive Logistics. We met these guys based out of London, awesome group. They have another supply chain conference. It's February 2nd and 3rd. Now, there is a cost on this, but it makes sense because you're connecting with OEMs, yo, right? Now, who wants to connect with an OEM? Now, an owner-operator, maybe not yet. Although, if you can, the more you can access and hear, the better. But if you work for a fleet, I'm darn telling you, me and Ty know for a fact, we've seen the fleets flocking to the OEMs. So, Automotive Logistics is that type of show. In fact, here's what's cool. Christopher Ludwig, he is content director at Ultima Media with Automotive Logistics. He's going to be live on Cars on the Move on Friday. Thank you, Christopher, for taking the time out of your schedule to say hello to the Auto Transport Intel gang. NADA. I was there a year ago. It was February. It was in Las Vegas. This year, supposed to be in New Orleans. It's going to be digital. And there is a cost, but again, I don't see, the thing is, that's the thing. The workshop piece is obvious. It's straightforward. It's online. And the networking, that's an interesting challenge. How do you network online? Auto Transport Intel? Okay. So, oh, whoops, I hit the wrong button. Let's see. Now, we also, you may have seen on LinkedIn, on Facebook, you're going to see people sharing information. I saw Mike Buchanan. He was sharing information about Black Book. I reached out to Mike. I said, Mike, I know Black Book. You should come on Auto Transport Intel. Well, thank you, Mike. He's going to be on, what is that, next Tuesday night. ARI Fleet Management will be here next Tuesday night. What is fleet management? Ho, Mo Frere. You are going to want to tune in for that show. That's next Tuesday night with Black Book. This is the past Sunday night. That's Paul with Paul talking about EVs. Got an event you want me to see? Share it. Autotransportintel@gmail.com. Let me know what I'm missing. Tell me. Here we go. Everybody in is GM's new EV-focused marketing campaign. Yeah. GM will build Honda and Acura electric. Yeah, I'm bored with electric, Jay. General Motors reveals new logo as automakers eyes its electric future. You see a trend? Tesla is now worth more than Facebook. Calls for a siren. Chinese electric car startup XPeng gets $2 billion in credit from state-owned banks. Okay. NIO soars 14% to top $100 billion market valuation. Okay. Chinese search firm Baidu to create an electric vehicle company as tech giants jump into... Do you see a trend? Does anybody see a pattern here? I'm just saying. I'm just pointing it out. Bring joins forces with Uber and retail. Now, I understand. That could be the freight market, but here's what caught my eye. They're teaming up with Uber Technologies, give corporate customers of the logistics software firm seamless access to Uber Direct drivers. Interesting. You mean you can use software to connect with drivers and carriers? I'm just saying. Nissan source code leaked online. Ooh, that's bad news. Let's go to the physical world. I hide my tie-down bar while unloading. And lock up your straps. That'd be the equivalent. This is how you get your car shipping news. This is Auto Transport Intel. It's Tuesday nights live. We do this every Tuesday night. I go through industry news, even if... I don't even know what that is. How did that car get there? But this did happen. So... be careful out there in Youngstown, Ohio. Thank you, John, for sharing that. This is the Auto Transport Intel Tuesday Nights Live Car Shipping Business Channel. Please do email me. Send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Don't forget to go to autotransportintel.com. Sign up as an ATI insider. And you know what? Hey, we want to raise a glass. Actually, you're going to do this. Stick around. Find out why we're raising our glass.
Hey, it's Ty, transport guy, hanging out in the transport parking lot always. If you want to learn to grow your business, I think you should probably go to ATI Insider, sign up for free, don't give anybody any money, And with that, you get, I don't know, I think you get a 20-minute phone call, which usually turns into a little longer than that. You get to join the Roundtable, which is once a month. And at the Roundtable, what we do is we get pretty detailed about how to build your business, how to connect with dealers, how to connect with auctions, how to build a lane. If you're new, if you saw a YouTube video and says, I can make $1 million in a week and I want to get into car hauling, Ty, and maybe you own a Stinger, maybe you own a little rollback. Man, how do I figure this out? Should I buy this? Should I buy that? What do I need? How do I do it? You get to make relationships with other carriers. It's kind of not a one-size-fits-all. Let's hear a little bit about you. Go to the ATI Insider. Get signed up. I can help you. I really can.
All right, and welcome back to Auto Transport Intel. I see Mike says he can't handle the bell anymore. Somebody's got pets going nuts. Well, all right, fine. We'll start using the buzzer. No problem at all. We can accommodate you. So, why are we raising our glass? Come on, this is fun. If nothing else this week pleased you, how about this? Moment of silence. Okay. Hey, unbelievable. Here's a story from Sean Steinberg. Last night I went out to dinner, and I overheard a man at the table next to me as he asked the server if the prices on the menu were negotiable. Then after the server told him no, he snuck over to the kitchen where he made a rude remark to the prep cook about how his neighbors dined at a similar restaurant recently, had the same meal for a lot less. It gets worse. He had the audacity to ask the chef if there was any way he could hurry things up for him, put his meal before all the other patrons. Lastly, this arrogant fool interrupted the dishwasher and asked him if he might be able to save a few dollars by washing his own plates and silverware. Thank God they refused to serve him, threw him out in the street to fend for himself. Now I know this story may sound ridiculous when I presented it in a restaurant setting. But why is it so many consumers feel just fine taking this approach in car hauling? I like this story, even if not everybody appreciates it, because this is the kind of thing we talk about on Dispatching Live on Thursdays. Load boards seem to be packed with crazy people. And so it is. It's a crazy industry full of nonsensical moments. Thank you, Shawn. I salute your post. Because you don't want that. And we do want to share information about how we rank insurance companies. That's interesting. Little did he know. How about the car insurance cost by company? Interesting. That is interesting. Statistics. Okay. Little off base. How about based on auto claims? Interesting. Do you agree? Anybody agree with this? JD Power is the source. So if you don't like it, you want to go to JD Power. Survey results. All right, Mark at SuperFlo, he took a survey. Close to 100 carriers responded. Do you plan to do work at an auction? Yes. Do you plan for auctions to account for more than 50% of your business? Ooh, that's tied. Would you be interested in receiving additional load offers from auctions? Ooh, look at that, yes. Do you plan to work with dealerships? Look at the yes. Do you plan for dealerships to account for more than 50% of that business? Oh, tie. Can you guys read this? Wow, that is great. Do you plan for dealerships to account for more than 50% of your business? Would you be interested in receiving additional load offers from dealerships? Wow, look at that. Do you expect auctions and dealerships combined to total more than 50% of your business? Look at that. And yeah, right. 80-20 open and closed. Right? Wow. Great job, Mark. That is an awesome survey. Thanks, buddy. So, shifting gears, getting closer to the Roundtable, because we're getting closer. It's 8:35. It's 8:34, 8:35. Give me another 10 minutes. 10 minutes, and then we'll be with Ty. So, we're seeing it everywhere now about shifting gears to what? To hot-shotting? Are you looking for advice in hot-shotting? I mean, you just in this article alone, go to Landline. You can look up this hot-shotting article. It's interesting. Yes, it seems to be mostly freight-based, but as we know, Hotshot, car hauling. There's a lot of people searching for videos. This is just one search on YouTube, right? I put in Hotshot car hauling, Hotshot trucking, car hauling, car hauler, Hotshot trucking. Lots of searches, and you'll see lots of money videos. Oh yeah. Now, I'm switching gears because, yes, you can look into hotshotting and something that, is commonly known, or try to develop a new business model that hasn't been quite considered. These guys raised $9 million to have rental cars delivered to your doorstep. I go through it, talks about gig economy workers, etc. Interesting story. Of course, it's an app. There's another app for you. But is there any way to connect that with transport? I'm going to go with yes. Carvana, looking at launching internal tuition and education assistance. That's very interesting. And I talked to United Road a little bit about their Holly Pro program. There's a lot. This is pretty cool. Talking about rewarding carriers based on their level of professionalism. That's where we want to get you guys to. We want to get you to that level. We want to help. We got Secure Motor Transport with us tonight. Andrew Sierka is going to be in the live chat, in the roundtable, enclosed, open. Yes, we will talk to wedges. Yes, we will. We will talk to, there's wedges all over the place. And they are car haulers too. Whether you're loading your high mount, right? You're in your truck, searching the load board. You're at the ocean, the snow, or a nice sunny day, fully loaded, ready to go. Promoting yourself on Facebook, and whatever you see out there. Here's our Carvana car hauler. Man, Carvana does a lot of promotion of their trucks. How about your Stinger? Show us your Stinger. Show us your rollback. Man, the need for rollbacks is going up. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Do we have a semi-wedge? Oh, don't say it's so. Pepson cab. Brian Pepson's with us tonight. I think that's his truck and trailer. And his promotion. Do you have promotion to share? Do you have questions? You looking for a dispatcher? Let me know. We will try to guide you in the right direction. We'll ask you some questions first. Text us. Join us. That's what it's all about. Because then we can start to know that we can work together. We can work together as a community and be proud of our time spent together learning, networking, coaching. And then finally, you're ready to talk to the owners because you know what you're doing. That's the whole point. That's why I do DOT compliance on Wednesdays, dispatching live on Thursdays, cars on the move on Fridays. That's going to be another great show. What is on-demand driver delivery? Does it have anything to do with auto transport? Find out in 2 weeks. Anthony Montero, COO of Draver. It is the car shipping business channel. There is so much to this industry. It's huge. And so that's why we go around the world every Tuesday night. Now, on the Wednesday and the Thursday and the Friday show, I think we try to stick more to the specifics of that sector, of that vertical. But here on Tuesday Nights Live, you can ask anything. And if I don't know the answer, I want to connect you with somebody who does. Or get that expert on the show because maybe you came up with something that we need to talk about more. Having said that, it is now time. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring in Ty. You better get ready because you are, dude, it's 8:39. Your time is up, man. Well, your time is here. Cars on the Move monthly roundtable is about to begin. So make yourself comfortable and stay tuned because I'm going to be right back.
SuperFlo Systems is excited to introduce DispatchCenter.com. a full-service load board for brokers, shippers, carriers, and drivers, featuring integrations with Truckify mobile app and iTruckPay. Use Route Scout technology to build your routes. Maximize truck capacity. Stay loaded at the highest available revenue with the least amount of driving miles. Tell us your lanes. Loadification will alert you to new loads posting in your route. Views instant load notifications sent with Book Now features. Search and book loads directly through the Truckify mobile app. Brokers and shippers, post your loads to Dispatch Center. Give authorized carriers the opportunity to instantly book your loads. Dispatch Center powers the Truckify mobile app, allowing instant load assignment to the driver. Truckify will send inspection reports, geo-located pickup and delivery photos, BOLs, and invoices back to the broker. Brokers, shippers, carriers, and drivers, Dispatch Center, and Truckify have what you need to be more profitable every day.
All right, that is SuperFlo Systems. Mark is with us tonight from SuperFlo. Now, SuperFlo Systems, it's end-to-end software solutions for auto transport, starting with the CRM, where you manage your leads, all the way into you have the TMS. You also have a load board, a mobile app, and then after you've delivered, you've got iTruckPay to help you make sure you get paid. If you have questions, Mark is going to be in the roundtable tonight. You can put it in the live chat. Ooh, audio. So, all right, so here's the deal. Ty just rang the doorbell, and I also saw some, man, I've missed several great live chats, but I did see one that I really like. What did he say? Pay up? Where was that? Silverman says, I had a dealer try to beat me up for $50 today. I told him he got his 5 cars the next day all in one piece. Pay up. Absolutely. I am ringing the bell for that one. Hey, Michael Culler's here. What's up, Michael Culler? Paul Meyer's here. Dennis Burgess is here. And without further ado, here we go. You guys ready to say hello to Ty? He's ready. Okay. Ty, can you see us and hear us okay?
Yeah, can you see and hear me?
I see you. I hear you.
Can you see this?
What's that? Oh, cars on the move. Look at that, dude.
Whoa.
That is cool, man.
All right, one more thing and I'll shut up. Look at that.
Oh, nice. I haven't seen that.
That's for real. Okay.
So, wow, that is for real. So, Cars on the Move is a name that you created a long time ago, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, about 20 years ago. Well, maybe 15. I started originally as Ty's Transport back in 2000. And started with one truck, a 3-car trailer. And 7 years later, I had 20 Peterbilt Stingers, brand new. And today I have 0 trucks. I hang out with you. I do ATI. I do a YouTube. I do the Friday show. And I talk on the phone to a lot of people all day long. So the cool thing is I've been thinking about the show tonight because I'm like, dude, there's no way we're going to be able to really do a real roundtable. But so what I've done is I've kind of switched it around to, Jay, this is a kind of like a thank you back to you. Okay. Because you're doing the show and that's what really makes this possible. I get to talk to everybody and I get to have these relationships, which is why our relationship, you and I, seems to work out so well, is because I don't mind talking to people all the time and I love doing it. I'm not saying you don't, but I'm that people guy. And so anyway, it's kind of like a tribute to ATI. Thank you. That you get to see and hear some of the stories that I get to see and hear all day long, every day, every week, every month, every year. So
right on.
We'll try to do our best to talk about some roundtable, how to build your business and stuff like that. But as a whole tonight, there's going to be a lot of people here. And honestly, one of the things that I want to do, and I didn't tell anybody this, but I want everybody to introduce themselves, and just quick, what are you doing? What do you think about ATI? What do you think about Ty? So we'll see how it goes, but it should be good. And we're going to open up with Josh Thornton. Josh is down in Mississippi. And I'm excited about Josh. Jeff Bass is going to be with us too. Jeff, everybody in this group is just, it's incredible. And by the way, I've talked to a lot of guys. A lot. And one of the things that I always tell people is this is a really difficult business. There's nothing easy about it. I don't care if you're using a load board or if you got your own customers or one truck or you run for brokers, whatever it is you do, it's really hard. It's just not easy. And I can talk for days about, wait till you get Josh on here. You want to see something funny, watch this dialogue. So, what we're doing is and you said it a minute ago, and I think you're right. And I want to emphasize that, there's a lot of pushback for guys that are starting, and, it's easy to make fun of those guys. I was one of those guys, and people made fun of me all the time with my little 1-ton and my 3-car trailer. But I think, this community that you've kind of built for us, this platform, is giving us the opportunity. And I was thinking, we've got Brian. I call him Brian Compliance. Brian Riker. How do you say his last name?
Riker. Brian Riker.
You get a guy like Brian in this group who is just an incredibly solid guy who has just a wealth of information and knowledge. And the goal here, honestly, is I keep using this word credentials, okay, I'm not saying that I have the answers. I don't, Jay doesn't, but as we build this, as we bring car guys on, as we bring auction people on, and, Chris there at Automotive Logistics, you guys, that dude.
Oh my gosh. I was thinking, because he sent an email today. He was like, what do you guys want to talk about? And I was thinking, he knows so much that he probably needs a little reining in. We've seen him moderate like global OEM.
Yeah.
And it's insane. It's nuts. That
this
guy's so connected.
Like crazy. So anyway,
I want to say this too. For the record, because you said you don't have any trucks right now. It's interesting. Shawn just let me know that he doesn't either. I've known that guy for years, and he has always loved being a carrier and a driver. But sometimes your business can change, and this is what I'm talking about is, a little bit of healthy ribbing when you're a greenhorn is one thing, but like hating all the other verticals because they're not you and they're a bunch of wedgies and all this stuff. You know what, man? I think I've had it with that. I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
I'm hitting the buzzer.
Well, and I've been a fleet guy, right? And you and I, we've had these conversations, man. I've used 3-car guys, but I use them in my lane for my work, right? And I think part of the thing is trying to, I was thinking about it today. I was like, man, I had 20 company drivers at one time. And I can't remember how many days, how many conversations in the course of a day I would have with the driver explaining, I just need you to get the cars, I need you to load them, and I need you to deliver them. I don't need no stops in the way, no, just load the cars and deliver. Well, why? Why can't I just wait here, maybe take some up with me? Why? Well, number one, I'm the boss. But number two, really more important than that is I'm actually not the boss. The guy that's writing the check is the real boss, and that's the car dealer. And the dealer has these cars, and he wants them for a reason. So for years, I've thought, well, why do these guys want their cars? And for a long time until Tim Skatelis, did I get it right?
Tim Skatelis, I know. It takes time over at Max Digital.
Yeah, Max Digital.
We know they need their cars. We know why they need their cars, but we didn't know why they need them so fast. What's the hurry, right?
Right. And I always said interest, which is, I like the way Tim says it the best. He says it's a block of ice. Soon as that check is written, that baby is melting, and we need to get it back to the iceberg or the refrigerator, freezer, whatever it goes. We need to get it there quick, right?
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Josh.
Yep.
Go. Tell me about Josh. Why is Josh coming on here in a few minutes?
Josh has a really cool story, and that's, I want to tell the story live. But a lot of times when I talk to people, I know I'm talking and I'm trying to explain what I know, what I see, and it's really difficult. And I always feel sorry for the person on the other side of the phone. I'm like, man, am I making any sense at all? Maybe, maybe not. But I wanted to bring Josh on because Josh was in an interesting situation. Josh got a hold of us because of ATI, your show. He calls, right? We talk for an hour. He throws me $100, and wow, wait till you see what happened to Josh. So that's why I'm bringing Josh on. He's really doing it. He's working his butt off, and he's starting to see this. You guys hear me talk about lanes all the time. Lane, build a lane. And I tell guys on the phone all the time, Jay, I'm pretty control freak, right? I like to dominate. So one of the things I do is I say, well, okay, where you're at, if you live in this town, why not make sure that everybody in your town knows that you haul cars? Let's start there and see where that goes. So,
and I've heard you say that before in a roundtable. I like that. That's what I call a pro tip, right?
Yeah, that is a pro tip. Yeah,
it is a pro tip. Start in your own town.
Right. Well, and see, I'm golly, man. I mean, I know you and I have this talk, but I've had to really change how I consult coach.
Oh, I know. It's really evolved it's evolved.
Ratchet it back. And then with technology on top of that, I really had to, now we've decided we were going to call it the hybrid. And, honestly, this guy right here, Jay, am I pointing the right way? Or this way?
You're pointing at me.
This guy right here has challenged me every step of the way. And I
seem to be challenging everybody. I get pushback everywhere I go. Here, I want to do this. Yeah. I love what we're doing. And we're going to, guys, we got a 2-hour roundtable coming up. But here's what we want to do. Ty, here's what I want to do. Whoops, got to get that off screen. Okay, I'm going to invite Josh. Okay. Wade and Sons Trucking, right? Okay, I'm sending him an email invite. Josh, look for your email invite to your Zoom meeting. And what we're doing here is we're inviting you, and then we're going to take a short break and invite everybody. So, Josh, let's do that story. So while Josh is joining, take us through a couple of, when we've started roundtables in the past, right? We start with some of those basic pro tips. Let's have how about the 5 types of car dealers while Josh is joining? 5 types of car dealers.
All right. So what I've done, a dealer is a dealer, by the way. You got a dealer and a wholesaler. What I did was I took a dealer and I put him into like 4 categories. So there's 5 total, right? So I've got the new car store guy with a used car lot. I've got the independent, that mom and pop, extreme power sports, whatever. Buy here, pay here, which is one of my favorites. I love to talk about buy here, pay here a lot. I love that. Then I've got the wholesaler, okay? And then the rental / fleet. Now, people will say, Ty, there's more, there's less. Okay, that's fine. We can have that debate later. But for sure, we have a new car store, Ford, Chevy, Dodge, GM, Audi, you keep going, right? And if you go to those stores, more than likely, you'll see a parking lot beside the building that has a lot of used cars on it. Not the same brand, right? Okay, so next is the used car, independent, mom and pop. They might have 15 to maybe 100 used cars. That's pretty big. Then we've got the buy here, pay here. Drive Time's buy here, pay here. I don't know if you guys know that, but they're part of that. Bridgestone, okay. But there's plenty of buy here, pay here's. And the reason I like those is because you get to meet the wholesaler, you get to meet the buyer. And so I get to talk about all these things in the middle. New car store, independent, buy here, pay here, wholesaler. Wholesalers, you don't find them on the street. You find them in the alleys. You find them in the storage places with the gates, the industrial park with the warehouse, or in the back of the car lot. The wholesalers are always hard to find. Once you find them, you hit gold, okay? And then the rental and the fleet. You got your herds, you got your airports, you've got everything, all that stuff. So there's your 5 categories of car dealers. So that opens up a whole new conversation. Has Josh made it yet? Let me see.
No, not yet. He's on his way, I'm sure.
It's saying address invalid.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, now, is he the... I don't want to put him on blast. Wade and Sons Trucking, right?
That's
Wade what I
and
sent
Sons
it to.
Trucking at yahoo.com.
Yeah, let's try it again.
Okay, we'll try him again.
All right.
Come on, Josh. Get your
right. I invite people every show. Oh, I don't. You know what? They need the Yahtzee. Okay, so I'm gonna. Yep, this is what I hit, and so he wants to click on the join Zoom meeting link.
I think he's got it now.
Oh, okay, perfect.
He's coming up.
He was probably getting a link to that other.
He might have been driving down the road.
Here's what I want to say on the 5 types of car dealers. From what I've seen on Cars on the Move, it seems like the wholesale is like one of those relationships you want to try to build.
Yeah.
Because it's
turn
and burn, right?
It's turn and burn, yeah. And you know, good wholesale. You guys see us talking to AU and
right.
First Class there.
Right.
At the transport parking lot. Well, wholesalers that are doing it right, every Friday, if you guys are paying attention, you see a blue Freightliner back in there during the show. That's
right.
80 cars, right?
Well, and that's another thing that I like about Cars on the Move. Guys, if you don't know, so if you go to the Auto Transport Intel YouTube page, there's a Cars on the Move playlist, and you can watch. It's every Friday, and you can watch Cars on the Move. To see the trucks loading in the background while we're talking about business, I love that. And you can walk over and talk, and you do. You walk over and talk to those guys while they're working, which is an interesting experiment because, man, that's hit or miss totally, right? When you're busy loading, do you want to be interviewed?
Depends. I mean,
maybe. Right. Hey, you know, why not?
I might need a break. You never know.
Right, exactly. I might need a break. Right, exactly. Oh man.
I've been walking for the last
as long as you can let my boss know I'm still on the clock, we're good to go.
Yeah. Well, and again, that's where I go back. You know, and it's like I just said. I'm a gambler. I'm a roller of the dice. I mean,
everybody in this industry is. Right. That's actually what makes the whole load board thing so interesting. Everybody's a poker player.
Well, it is, but if I'm a betting man, which I am, why don't I bet on the odds that I think will benefit and work best for me? And so, you know, I get these calls every day. Ty, I need a dispatcher. And
well, and you know that, and I get that all the time. And I'll tell you, it's interesting because some people I think, yeah, you could probably just use a good dispatcher. But I want them to talk to you first to make sure. Because maybe you have a business strategy problem. And the last thing you want to do is put a dispatcher in charge of your business strategy. Yeah. And I used to be a dispatcher, and I know this because I had drivers and carriers put me in charge of business strategy, and I thought, well, that's just crazy. I'm your dispatcher.
Yeah. Well, and that's where we're going, and that's where I have to be careful, right? I was thinking about this. There's a couple of guys that I've talked to where I thought, man, I was a little bit rough on that guy. Meaning,
yeah, we all do that.
This guy just wants to drive his truck and move cars, and he's happy with that. And there's nothing wrong with
that. That's right. There's nothing wrong with that.
And we need that guy just as bad as we need the guy who wants to build a fleet, right?
But do you want to be a driver or an owner?
Well, you can still be an owner, man. I mean, I know plenty of guys that do that, and they just run for brokers, and they're hoping it seems to work. Whoa.
Hey.
Is that Josh?
Hey, what about you, guys?
Hey, buddy. How are you?
I'm all right.
Where are you at?
Carmack.
Carmack? What state?
I'm in Kenner, Louisiana.
Okay. Are you laying down, taking a nap? Come on. Sit up straight and talk to everybody, buddy. Come on. There you go. There you go. Just because you've been working for the last 30 hours doesn't mean you can lay down right now. Dang.
Well, the lighting wasn't very good.
Oh, you look great, man. Okay, Josh, you're in where?
I'm in Kenner, Louisiana.
Louisiana, okay. How long ago did we talk? When did we meet?
2 years ago, I want to say. Right at 2 years, I believe.
2 years ago. Okay, what were you doing before you called here? How did you even find out about this? It was Jay, right?
Yeah, I watched Jay's show. I
Okay.
always just watching it. I get good information, get some laughs, stuff like that.
Yeah, you can get a good laugh out of Jay. So you called, and what were you doing?
Well, I was driving a Stinger truck for a guy, but when I first started, I had a Dodge with a 5-star, and I was running cross country with it. Then I got a Stinger, and I had a insane knack for it. So I got a Stinger, and I was running anywhere I could, load boards, whatnot, running across the country. And one day, just activated. Yeah, I always hear Jay, and he was on there talking about what you offer. I said, hell, what you got to lose? $100. I mean, the money. I wasn't no broke. I was making good money, but I was working my ass off and felt like I could make a lot more because when you run across the road, as you know, Ty, your money, you're burning so much more. You're burning so much fuel and overhead so much running across the road, and then you're running for 100 different million brokers and different people. You may get paid 10 days, 30 days. Hell, you may have to all caught in front to pay them in 40 days, 30 days. You have to stay on them in. But anyway, that's what I was doing when I met you, and we put a game plan together, and it's worked pretty well so far, and it's steady growing. It's almost I can grow it as fast as much as I want to, based off the money really, and drivers as we talked last time we talked.
Okay, so I don't know if anybody can you guys hear Josh at all?
So he is tough to hear, and so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start. You guys keep going. I think we can hear him to some degree.
Yeah, are you back?
Okay, now wait a minute.
How about
I
that?
just got a weird message. I think we're okay. We just had a rock. Oh, we just had a rock on the spaceship here on the internet. Ron called it earlier. We're back. Keep going. I'm going to start inviting folks, okay? Keep going.
Yeah. So Josh is saying, before Josh called, he was out running the load board, right, Josh?
That's correct.
Okay. You called, we talked, and do you remember anything that I told you that really stuck in your head?
Talk to people. Don't be scared to talk to people, and go to auctions. They'll build you a lane. Start. You ask me, well, where you at? What part of the country are you in? And then we talked and about building lanes and building clients. And immediately, literally, I started the next day based off the load board that I had a client there that he's been a major client, so I just got the crap with him and got with him and started building a big lane from there. And he had his little story, and then it worked together, and he grew his business based off me growing mine, and then we just kind of branched from there, finding other people just like him, and just went on and on and on, building the lanes, and then we branched off, build another lane, and bounce the lanes start connecting, and then we try to get them back around and connect them together, so it's one big loophole. And now, after about 2 years of doing it, we never hardly have to backhaul any. We at least got 3 or 4, on our backhauls going wherever we want. And I also have multiple trucks now, too. I'm actually process. I didn't even tell you, I got a new thing that come up today. I got a really good deal on a Stinger, and I told you I was going to try to get another 7-car because he's doing so good. And he's like, yeah, man, just get another cheap truck. I said that exposed, when I started. Well, I got an awesome deal on a Stinger, and I got a driver that he's going to be really jam up. I told you about him, but anyway, I got a really good opportunity at a pretty good price on a Stinger, and it's a jam up truck, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Okay, so if I hear you right, when we talked, you had 1 truck, and if I'm hearing you right, you're getting ready to have 3 now?
Well, technically 4, because I have a little cleanup truck. I told you about my 4500 Dodge, and I started business with it. It's just going back to work. Since I met you, that truck went down and ain't moved really since, and now it's just a cleanup truck, but it's a 3-car, so,
Yeah, well, and we always need a cleanup truck, and we always need a 3-car. And matter of fact, there was a guy that came in through Jay's show that I connected with you, and he ran with you for, what, a year?
Yeah, he's doing his own thing now. He hauls some of my loads for me sometimes, and I just pay him in the rig, but I was dispatching everything from him, and he picked up, learned. I basically taught him how to dispatch pretty damn good. I have a unique look at it, and that's something, would like to bring to the table there tonight later on before I get off the show. Just a quick 2-minute deal I want to talk to y'all about. But anyway, I trained him up on dispatching, and he does his own thing, but he still calls me every day if I need something done in the area. He will snag it up for me and, you know, clean it up or whatever, and I pay him pretty decent.
Okay, so it was you and I talked about. What did you say? A year or 2 years? I can't remember.
It's right at 2 years, Ty. It's like a year, 8 or 9 months since I started your program.
Okay.
So,
And the program, all the program is go talk to car dealers, right, Josh?
there's a lot of little things, and that's what people think. Oh, we're just going to do it without talking to Ty. Well, I had a pretty good inside, you know, mindset on it too, but there was so much more stuff that I did, and to let guys know too. I mean, you won't just up and leave somebody. I've never paid Ty more than what I did the first time. You know, and he still, if I got a question, I'll always run it by him. You know, I tell my wife, you know, run it by Ty because it's a major decision I'm going to make or something like that. And so far, he's not letting me down the wrong path. Whether I can concur, but I'd always be hard-headed and try it. What he told me, so and it worked pretty well.
Yeah, well, and I'm excited about Josh. He's growing his business. He's networking. He's built a lane, which actually I think you're up to 3 or 4 lanes now, Josh.
Well, actually, you could say more than that, but yeah, 4 lanes that connect pretty hard together, all in a, you know, in a where you know, I mean, you were talking A to B, C to D, E to, you know, so they all connect, and they just. Now it's done got crazy now because even some of the other ones that I have with this major contract, you know who I got it from.
Yeah.
But they're paying me such a good dollar per mile, I can actually deadhead and come out because it's not far. They're 220 to 80 miles to 220, anywhere between that to all these different stores, and we get such a good rate that because we give them a good service. They were tired of messing with a certain broker that a lot of y'all guys listen to the show in that area probably has heard of that broker before, but you know they were tired of dealing with them basically, and they just cut them out and come straight to us. So
awesome. Okay, well, it looks like we got some people coming in, so I'm going to let Jay talk for a minute, see what we need to do, and Josh, we'll probably be back to you here in a minute. Thank you.
Oh, man. All right. You know, this is really neat. This is a first.
Wow.
This is a first. And so we can see you guys. Let's see. Andrew, I see you. Paul, I see you. Catherine, I see you. Sheldon, I see you. Abdi, I see you. We got Mark. We got Shannon. We got Shawn. We got Brian. This is awesome, man. So here's what's really cool. Cars on the Move monthly roundtable is normally offline, and we try to keep it a little structured when we go for 90 minutes. I say we go for, if we can stick around for another 90 to 2 hours, hopefully we can get to everything we need to get to.
Okay, let's roll. Here we go. Ready?
So, yeah, why don't we do this? Ty, what would we normally do? What do you want? It's your roundtable. You're the coach.
Well, this is a little different. What I'm going to do, okay, so I've got, I think in this group, I think we have 2 enclosed. Raise your hand if you're enclosed. Andrew and Sheldon, okay? See the 2 enclosed guys? That's Andrew and Sheldon right there, enclosed. Okay, now guess what? This is fun. I know nothing about enclosed. Matter of fact, you can ask Andrew. Andrew, introduce yourself. Where do you live? What do you do? How did you come around here? What are you doing?
Sorry, Ty, I'm having a little hard time hearing you. There's a little bit of background noise going on. How's it going, everybody? My name is Andrew Sierka. I'm based out of Scottsdale, Arizona. I'm a 2-car enclosed hauler.
Everybody hit your mute button.
And yeah, if you're not talking, hit your mute button. I'm going to hit my mute button.
Yeah, there's too much.
We just need a couple other folks to hit their mute button so that we can hear Andrew talk, okay? Yeah. Like, hey, Catherine, do you have a mute button? Do you see mute on your Zoom? It's down in, like, if you look at the bottom in your menu bar, there should be a mute. There's a start. Yeah, so everybody hit your mute button. And Andrew, back to you, buddy.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Again, my name is Andrew Sierka. My company is Secure Motor Transport. I'm an enclosed hauler, two-car based out of Scottsdale, Arizona, specializing in the exotic and classic car market. I originally got it started about 3 years ago. I had family friends who had quite the extensive collection, and actually still do. Two of them around 6 states around the U.S., and I had been raised in this. My dad has a small collection. I was raised around truck and trailers. My parents would tell you if I went into Walmart, they would lose track of me because I went to the toy aisle to go find a truck and trailer toy. And so it's kind of in my blood. It's something I've been doing since I was young. But I realized now, I was driving for these guys privately just for their collections exclusively around the U.S. for a while. And I simultaneously I am working at American Express at the same time. So I do Amex about 4 days a week and then drive for those guys about 3 days a week. And it's more of, hey, I got my cars here in Scottsdale. I'm only driving 3 of them right now, and I'm going to fly my plane up to Montana, and I need those cars up there by Saturday kind of thing. And the more and more I thought about it, I realized I didn't want to wake up in 20 years and wonder why I was still sitting behind a computer. Again, nothing wrong with that, but for my taste and who I am, it just wasn't suiting. So I've now turned it into a business, again, based out of Scottsdale, Arizona here. But really what I want to touch on most importantly that I've learned from Ty and from a couple other people is relationships. I really can't stress that enough, how important that stuff is. And something that I can say on kind of a general level that anybody could probably relate to is, you've got your core group of friends, right, that you talk to a couple times a week, and maybe you've got the other friends you send texts to on holidays and stuff like that. But when you're talking to that core group of friends, you can sense that there's that sense of trust that no matter what's going on, you guys can, always have each other's backs. So when you're going to even open for haulers, I'm sure a lot of you guys have experienced this, but if you go to a dealership and you spend an extra 25 minutes to go and sit at the guy's desk and you see a picture in the background of him with his kid at a Green Bay Packers football game, or you see the Arizona Cardinals football helmet in the background, and you start up a little conversation on that and see where it can go from there, you're creating that relationship and that bond. So by doing that, you're going to ensure that that guy likes you on a personal level, and all you got to do is what you're already good at, which is get those cars from point A to point B with no mistakes, and take that approach with all of your clients. So to wrap it all up and bring it all full circle here, I really, really appreciate Ty, guys, and anybody on the channel who's not on the roundtable right now and who's paying attention, listening. Don't be afraid to reach out to Ty. The guy knows what he's talking about. And when he says relationships, they're stronger than the chain of command. Just always remember that.
Yeah.
So
Thanks,
thank
Andrew.
you.
That's good.
Yeah,
Okay, now
you,
we did Josh. That was Andrew. Paul Meyer's here.
Thank
we'll
you,
just
Andrew.
keep going this way. Paul Meyer's with Dealer Vendor Match. Go ahead, Paul. I'm going to come back to Paul here in a minute. I think everybody's heard about him, but I want to promote him again. So go ahead, Paul.
All right, Paul Meijer. I am in Niantic, Connecticut. I started a business called DealerVendorMatch.com. Having been in the business over 41 years, common problem is there are too many vendors going into dealerships. And most of those people, probably 90% of them, aren't getting in front of the right person they need to. So I figured, I met my wife on a dating site where I was able to create a profile, set my preferences, and do a search for exactly what I was looking for, the way and when I was looking for it. And when I did, 10 years later, I'm happily married in Niantic. So why not apply the same thing towards the dealer, right? If we can't get in front of them because there's 500 other people that month that also try to get in front of them, why not put yourself out there so that when they have 10 minutes, whether it's 5:30 in the morning on a Wednesday or a Sunday afternoon, where they can go on a website, www.dealervendormatch.com, and browse the profiles for what they're looking for. If they find what they need, they're going to contact you. And for those old enough to remember, those are the Glenn Gary leads. Those are the people you want to talk to because they're the ones that want to talk to you. That's basically it.
Thanks, Paul. And also, Paul's kind of, I met Paul through a guy named Benny Meijer. Benny Meijer, I can't remember if he's BDC or something, but he was on Paul's show. We met Paul, and Paul has been an incredible asset, both for us, and I think he's been really enjoying learning what we do. And this is cool. The reason this is cool is because dealers, and I've said this for a long time, man, dealers do not really care. I mean, they do, but not really, what you have to go through to get the car. And I've said, dude, it's not their problem. You're the one that decided you wanted to be a car hauler. So if you got you want to bitch about something, don't bitch to the car hauler, because he just wants his car and he's paying you to do it, right? So as we get to talk to Paul, I go watch his show on Sunday night, by the way. He's got a little show Sunday night
Live, 8 o'clock Eastern on YouTube, the White Tablecloth channel.
Yeah.
And hey, I want to say this too. If anybody gets disconnected or has any trouble trying to reconnect or whatever, just let me know. Go ahead and email me. I want to make sure that, because we're going to be here a while, okay? Thank you.
Yeah, we'll keep going. Okay, let's go. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Andrew, Josh. Catherine is next. Is that right? Catherine, I haven't talked to you, I don't think. Have I?
No, not yet.
Okay. So what are you doing here, Catherine?
I'm a newbie. I just got into the business late last year in November with a business partner of mine. I basically come from a family of truckers. My dad was a trucker. My brother's a longtime trucker. So it's in the family. I've been in corporate America my whole life for the past 20 years and then got laid off. Just having conversations with family and friends about the business. And at first they suggested to buy trailers and rent them out and whatnot, because I'm into real estate as well. But real estate here in the Florida market, it's a seller's market right now. So I decided to dip my toes into this industry, and I came across a deal for a 5-car haul trailer and a dually. And so we're just getting started. Haven't even booked my first load yet. I've done a couple of mock runs, but haven't gotten the authority to actually get up on the road. But this channel and all of the people that have been on it have been like my fairy godparents with the wealth of information and helping me to get started and navigate through the industry. So a lot of thanks go to all of you.
Hey, okay. Thank you, Catherine. We're going to talk. You've got my number now. We text, but tomorrow we need to talk for sure. Yeah. I want to say hi. I'm going to skip real quick because I see somebody in here that I really am excited who's here. Is that Lucky?
Hey.
Okay. How you doing, man? Awesome, man. This is Lucky, guys. And now, raise your hand if you saw the video. What was the name of that video, Jay? Car hauling's easy.
I don't know if I saw that one. I usually avoid ones that have the word easy in them.
Yeah. Well, I met Lucky at Odessa, Kansas City in the transport parking lot. Driver had just fallen off, gone to the hospital, broke his hip. By the way, Lucky.
Oh, that one that you did. That's Lucky. No way.
Yeah, that's Lucky.
Wow. Awesome. Lucky. Now I know who you are. Yes.
Right on.
Oh, that's so cool, man. That is cool. Yeah.
Well, it gets better.
Really cool.
This really gets better. Watch this. This is what I love about what I do. Watch, guys. This is so cool. I'm just driving around and happen to whip into the transport parking lot. There's Lucky. Dude fell off. I didn't get to see the guy fall off. Broke his hip. He's in the hospital.
The day before.
Day before. I'm sorry. Okay. So anyway, Lucky's standing there. Lucky can't get the cars in the auction. Lucky has a problem, and he's in Kansas City, and he needs to get back to Little Rock. Hey, Lucky, I'll help you out, buddy. He doesn't know me from Adam. I just tell him, hey, I'll help you out. I'll check these cars in for you, blah, blah, blah. So we do it. Lucky, this has been how long? 2 months ago?
Yeah, a couple of months. Yeah, it was, what was it, beginning of December or the end of, somewhere in November, I think.
Right. So, okay, so that works fine. We talked maybe once since then. I get a call, I don't know, Friday, Saturday?
The other day, yeah. Same lane, same thing, yeah.
Lane, same thing. Hi, I can't get the cars checked in. Can you check them in for me? Yeah, Lucky, no problem. How much do you want? I don't want anything, Lucky. What? Yeah, I'll need your help eventually. I don't know when, but I'll need your help. Right. 20 minutes later, I get a phone call from a guy, Peter, I've been kind of coaching Peter down in Dallas, and I'm like, go to the auction. I think Metro's open. So he goes, he can't get in. I said, wait a minute. Lucky told me if I needed any help in Dallas, Metro, did he call you?
No, nobody's called. Okay. You never called. I did. You did. You said, hey, I might have an issue. I said, okay, give me a call. But no one ever called.
Well, I'm going to have Peter. I gave him your number. Peter's going to call you, and you're going to help him get into Metro because you told me that you got connections there, right?
I got connections in the area with people that can help out. Like I got like two cousins that's there, that they're in the business that I help start, get them going. So I was like, if anything I can help you with, Ty, you know what I'm saying? Trying to give it back to you, trying to pay it forward and say,
we'll do
give me a holler so I can reach out to these guys and my people and, let me do something back. Because when I call you, you there for me, man. I'm talking about flying colors.
Wow.
You have a halo in the background over your head or something.
Yeah. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, but this is what we're doing, guys. This is exactly what we're doing. We got Josh in Mississippi. Josh, what are your lanes again?
We run Alabama. We dip into Georgia a little bit and like Nashville, just a little bit right above Alabama, and then we do Louisiana. And pretty much we were able to keep our lane really tight, and it just constantly grows and grows and grows, and we don't really have to dip out really anything anymore. I mean, we don't really have to go anywhere else. Just those lanes. We keep it all within 400 miles from Hattiesburg.
And so now we've got Josh down there. We've got Lucky. Lucky, you're in Little Rock, is that right?
Little Rock, yep. You see, I'm representing the Hogs right here.
Oh, the Hogs. Yeah. I've done a lot of business down there. So how long have you been in business, Lucky?
In trucking business for this is my 4th year, starting the 2001. Yeah, 4th year.
Wow, that's great. Okay, I'm going to pause. I'm going to go back to Sheldon.
Sheldon. Thanks for your patience, Sheldon. You're up.
Sheldon.
So, yeah, go ahead and...
Good evening, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Sheldon. Cool.
All right. Good evening to everyone. So my name is Sheldon Nixon. My company name is Southern Executive Transport. I am based out of Houston, Texas. I am an enclosed transporter, but I am paused on my transport with enclosed at the moment. Basically, I stumbled across ATI, and the videos have been just a wellspring of knowledge for me. I've been driving trucks for 10 years now. I started when I was 21. I'm 31 now. So I've been immersed in the trucks and cars and stuff like that. Similar to Andrew, I live and breathe it. I've got all the toys, everything like that. My deal is I would like more along the lines of business coaching. I've driven for guys. I've hauled all types of cars. I've even been in the hospital behind hauling cars. But I can't kick it. I can't shake the car hauling bug. So I am here to get coaching and better establish myself and be able to present myself and carve out a lane and get information and share information with guys who are trying to come behind me and just keep this car hauling bug going.
That's great. Now
that is awesome, man.
That is good. Mm-hmm. Now, did you talk to Andrew yet? Have you guys talked?
Yeah, so me and Andrew, we did speak for, we spoke briefly. I do believe Andrew and I will be speaking more often than not. But yeah, I definitely want to carve out a lane. I've driven from Texas all the way up to Portland, all up to Redmond, Washington, and stuff like that. And honestly, I don't believe that I have to drive that far anymore to make a dollar. So my deal is learning what's in my area, who's got the cars for the enclosed that's a little bit closer to home. I don't believe I need to drive all the way across the country. And so I like to establish my business in those lanes that are a lot closer and still remain profitable without driving all across the country.
Yeah. I'm going to time out for a second. Josh?
Yes, sir.
If you have to roll, I know you're working tonight, but if you have to roll, you can cut anytime you need to, okay?
Well, I just wanted to say one quick thing to everybody, and especially you. I didn't mention it to you, but we're kind of starting a new deal up. I'll let you know when we get the website up. It's going to be just a little bit. We got so much going on first of the year, but we want to give something back, and I see it every day. And we all talk about, hey, the society and everything with these younger kids. We, get people in this industry like what y'all trying to do, and y'all trying to help people. We're going to start a training deal where I'm doing it with 2 young guys right now, and it's working out really well. We're training them load stingers. Because as you know, Ty, when you go into the 8 car, 9 cars, there's all kind of tricks you can do to get stuff. They don't, and a lot of people just start this business. They think, oh, it's easy. Just throwing 9 cars on. What's a lot more to it than that to be efficient and do all that. So we're going to do start a training deal where people come and basically we give you a service and teach you how to train. It depends on the length of amount of time that you want to do it and stuff like that. And we're also going to do one on dispatching as well, because we can show them we can open the door. Everybody thinks it's so easy if you have to be on a load board, but I can teach you some tricks that blow your mind on making money.
Yeah, and two,
Awesome.
Josh is the perfect hybrid, by the way, because Josh already knows load boards, and Josh has some really incredible tricks that he plays while he's got his own client base now. His phone rings off the hook. Josh, I got 30 cars. Josh, I got 60 cars. Josh, go. Hurry, Josh.
Yeah.
But guess what Josh is doing? Josh is still watching Central Dispatch on a daily basis, aren't you, Josh?
Yeah, we got 3 people that watch the board, and we eat everything up that moves from in our lane.
And
then we
lane.
get clients off of that too.
Right. And so he's playing a game, and he's playing it smart. Now I'm teaching you guys something here, right? Because I'm the guy that I've never used a load board. I go straight into the dealership. I've got a truck and trailer out back, and I haul cars. Can I haul your cars? No, go away. I'll come back. Well, I didn't know that you could do what Josh is doing. This is where Jay comes in. Jay's saying load boards.
Just say, man, Josh, we should have you on Dispatching Live on a Thursday. That sounds awesome.
Oh, he's
yeah.
got tricks.
I do both of y'all's tricks.
Yeah, he's doing both of them. So Josh is A student, A+. But
That's awesome, man.
We will definitely stay in touch. If anybody needs anything around the Mississippi, Nashville, Georgia,
Alabama and Georgia.
Alabama, Georgia.
Atlanta.
So any of those where somebody needs some help, you can call me and I'll put you in touch with Josh. Josh is a great
I always blow Ty's mind. He got to realize Mississippi's a narrow state, so we can jump over and it's not many miles between it through all them little towns, and there's a million car lots. So you guys in this area, man, if you want to hustle, you can make it. You just got to hustle.
Well, and he's right. Josh is hustling. Josh calls me at 10, 11 o'clock at night, and I never answer my phone, but I occasionally will for Josh, because Josh is working his balls off, guys. And that's one of the things you need to know about car hauling. You do work your balls off. I mean, it's 24/7, right?
Yep, that's it. I appreciate it, guys.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you so much, Josh, for spending the
No
time
problem.
with us.
Appreciate it, Jay. Anytime. I like to hang out with y'all.
Awesome.
Right.
We love it. Appreciate
Sheldon,
it.
you want to do Abdi? Is that how you say that?
Abdi with California Express.
Hey, Abdi.
Abdi found me, and he rings the bell quite often. Now, Abdi, do us a favor. Unmute your microphone. Thank you for muting it. But yeah, go ahead. Take the floor, Abdi.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, my name is Abdi. I'm with California Express. I'm based out of Lutz, Florida. We started the business last year. We were in the car hauling business. We actually sold our house to buy this whole setup. And we live on the road with my wife and my daughter. And we mainly travel Florida and California. I mean, basically coast to coast, but this is our main lane, Florida and California.
I'm sorry, Abdi.
Wow.
Hey, Josh. Hey, let me tell Josh to turn his camera off.
You know what? That's funny. We were on speaker view and I couldn't see him. So whatever happened didn't make it. You guys might have seen it, but it didn't make it live on the channel. So, hey, man, sometimes you get lucky.
Wow.
I have no idea. I didn't see it. I don't know what happened.
My bad.
So,
Abdi, where you at there?
How you going? Keep going. That's great.
Okay.
Love it.
Well, yeah. So yeah, we just move coast to coast. We live on the road basically, and we stay in a hotel every time we get to the coast, and just drive back and forth. That's all we do.
Wow. Okay, so you're doing load board then?
Oh, load board. Yeah, we have a main lane, and we have a few guys that buy cars out of California or Florida. But we mostly it is out of the load board. I mean, it gets tricky every now and then, especially living in Florida on this time of the year. But I mean, I always kind of mess around. I can go up to Georgia, maybe South Carolina, and just wake my way out 20 or 40 out to California. There's always a way out. I mean, I can live Florida empty, before I, do cheap loads or cheap cars for under 40 cents, 35 cents a mile per car.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. I'm going to keep moving. Abdi, we'll come back.
And I just want to chime in and say, Abdi, he tunes in a lot to all the different shows, and he seems very savvy. And I like what he just said. I can always get out. That's how a dispatcher talks. I can always get out.
So wait, I'm sorry. Now I got a question. Are you running by yourself or do you do team?
Just myself. My wife helps me out with the low board every now and then, but just me driving.
And you're booking your own loads, I guess?
We do everything by ourselves.
Wow. Okay, great. And how long have you been doing it?
I've been in the car hauling industry probably since back in 14. I was a driver at first. That's how I got it, playing into the game, how to mess around with the low board. And finally decided to buy a decent truck and trailer to be roadworthy, to live on the road. And we got a nice setup. We got Wi-Fi on board, plenty of laptops, printers. We really we don't need to go back home. That's just why we sold our house. My plan is to retire by the time I'm 40. So let's see how it works out.
Wow, that's awesome. And see, guys, this is a good example of how Ty's had to adjust, right? So there are people, Abdi right here. He's loving it. You're making money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, making money. Got him a nice truck. Don't need a home. Just keep making money. So this is good for me, guys. This really is. I love this. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna go next. I can't see the name, Jay.
Is that Carlos? ACB Logistics.
Is that Carlos?
Carlos Braxton.
Hey, Ty. Hey, Jay.
Man,
hey,
thank you. Thanks for saying hello. That's so awesome.
This is really cool because Carlos has been in the live chat for the last 3 years.
Months. I mean, it is. It's years. It is amazing.
Thanks, Carlos. Where are you at?
I'm in Mississippi at the Manheim.
Hey, I bet Josh is real close. Where'd Josh go? I'm just kidding. We need to hook you guys up. And now, what do you do? Where are you based out of, Carlos?
I am based out of Charlotte, North Carolina right now.
Charlotte, North Carolina. You're in Mississippi. Yes. Now, what do you run with Sue?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so Sue's your dispatcher?
Yes.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does that working for you? Sue do good you like Sue?
Yeah, I have. She's got me with Jen. Jen's been dispatching me. So far it's been working out pretty well. This is a new episode for me in this business. I've done different things already, so I decided to try dispatching route. So far it's been working out well.
Wow, that's really cool. And it's really cool to talk to Carlos. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I see Carlos in the live chat. He always calls me the auction whisperer.
That's right.
I just love this guy. And now that I get to see him and I get to hear his voice.
It is amazing. When you put a name with a face like Andrew, I haven't seen you before either. So this is really something else.
Yeah,
it's so cool, man.
Lucky. All right, next up, I'm going to go to Brian.
I just want to say this about Murphy Auto Transport. I mean, Sue is amazing. I love doing dispatching live with her. We're just in the zone. She knows what she's talking about. So, yeah, I can imagine for Carlos to have Sue's office as his dispatching. I mean, that's awesome. That's great. Doesn't get any better than that. I mean that. She's amazing. That office, I love that office.
Part of the core.
It's great.
Brian Pepson. Brian's been around for a while. I want to take a minute with Brian. And I'm trying. Is everybody okay so far? I know is anybody about ready to pass out? Like, oh gosh, I got to go. Hurry up. Everybody's okay?
All right, doing good.
Well, if there is anybody that's got to roll, just let me know, because I don't want to lose you without talking to you before you got to roll.
Lucky does look pretty comfortable, though.
Well, Lucky's ready for bed. Lucky, you go to bed now. Lucky said he goes to bed at 9.
I'm an early bird, man. You know?
Yes, sir.
Lucky, call me tomorrow.
Okay. Lucky's in the zone.
Lucky's out. Over and out.
I just dropped the phone. Yeah, man. Okay,
go to bed, Lucky.
I'm trying to hang with you guys, man, but
we
I'm in my favorite chair, and it's rocking me to sleep, man.
You're good, Lucky. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Lucky.
right, we'll talk to you.
man, for the invite. I appreciate it. Hey, it's wonderful meeting everyone, man. I love it.
I look forward to the next installment at the auction.
I'm sorry, what'd you say? I didn't
I
hear you.
I look forward to the next installment at the auction. I want to see another video.
The next installment.
Except this time it's good news.
Hey,
right?
It's always good news, though. You know, even when it's bad, you know, it's getting better. You know what I mean?
Awesome, man.
It's always getting better, brother. All right. Y'all take
Thanks,
care.
Lucky.
Okay, right on. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Peace.
Okay. Brian Pepson.
Hey, Ty, everybody. How's it going?
Brian's been around. Brian, how long we been talking? About 2 years also?
Doesn't it seem like it's been 10 years? It's a year and a half.
Oh, right. Okay, so Brian's got a cool story. Brian, tell us where you came from, Brian.
I came from FedEx Freight, 19 years, pulling in 6 figures, full benefits. Eventually said, it's not for me. I'm going to go do something on my own. And the only car I ever hauled before getting into the transport business is a demolition derby car. So I pretty much self-taught, started from nothing to, we have a 8-car volume or 8-car control now, and working our way into a Stinger this year, you know.
Yeah, you're doing good, and you've got to kind of experiment, and I've got to go along the way with him, right? Okay, everybody, this is where it's fun for because Brian, it took you a while, didn't it, Brian?
Well, it's kind of funny. We have a different relationship, I guess. Hey, Ty, what do you think about us trying this? That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. All right, I'm going to try it. Hey, Ty, that didn't work.
Yeah. What was it? It was the trailer. Was it the trailers?
Well, I remember the first time I was on the show. I'm going to haul everything. I'm going to haul boats. I'm going to haul trailers, cars. I'm going to do it all. Never did a boat yet.
Good.
Did a trailer or two. Almost killed myself, but you know.
Well, Brian is, and correct me if I'm wrong, Brian, but Brian is finally reached the place where people are calling him. Is that correct?
Yeah, and you know what? It's a, hang on, let me see here. Sorry, I'm losing everybody's names here. Trying to find you. Oh, Andrew. Andrew hit on a lot of really good points before. Relationships, and it goes so far. Like my best customer, I think. Yeah, I talking to other transporters and stuff. So like, hey, you damage something, don't say nothing, hide it, walk away. I got my best customers because I go, you know, something happens. Hey, I just screwed that up. I'm gonna pay for it. Let's take care of it. I don't care if it's the smallest scratch, if it's the smallest thing. You tell them about it. And I'll tell you what, when you earn that trust of a dealership, it don't matter who comes there and offers $10 less or whatever. Dealers appreciate your honesty, and they're going to keep you around forever. So relationships from the dealership to the mechanic to, I mean, you have to show everybody appreciation. Make that connection with everybody. It's all about relationships. It's simple. Just respect people like you want to be respected, and be honest. And I'll tell you, everything will just fall in place. You know.
Yeah. Okay. So you've been doing it about 2 years, year and a half. You started out running. Well, I don't. You may have even done the. Did you do the dispatcher deal for a little while?
Yeah. That didn't work out too good.
Okay. So Brian, and what's fun is Brian calls and says, hey, what do you think about this? Now, sometimes I trick Brian. I say, that's a really bad idea. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, sure, give it a try. And he does it, right? And I need him to find out that maybe that wasn't the best idea. So Brian's learned a lot in a short amount of time. Brian really did a couple of things right in the very beginning. He called, he talked to me. I said, make sure you got a lot of money saved up. Have you used that money, Brian? It came in handy, right?
Yeah, you could go broke very quick with this business. And yeah.
This is a cash cow. There's nothing cheap about this business either, guys. And I mean, everybody's in here. I'm looking at Abdi. I'm thinking, man, Abdi could tell us how much his truck was, right? out and fuel and everything else to go along with it. And Carlos, Braxton, I mean, we'll keep going. Ron, I mean, it costs a lot of money. So Brian set himself up right. Brian had plenty of cash, good credit. He got rolling. He's made some mistakes. He's bought some different pieces of equipment. What did you start out with? Did you start with the 5-car Sun Country?
No, I started with a 4-car, 4-car Sun Country with a single axle Mac. And I think I owned my first equipment for about a month or two before I figured out how bad I got screwed with, you get pulled into a scale house and DOT pulls you and you're leaking oil all over the place. And yeah, that definitely went through some equipment.
Good. Okay. So anyway, Brian's doing good. Brian might still maybe use a little bit of load board, but Brian's made some decent relationships. Brian's developed a lane. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Yep.
Okay. And Brian has dealers calling him, and Brian is using relationships to build the lane even bigger. And if you catch, Josh is doing that as well. Okay. Brian, thank you.
One thing I did learn, like you would give me advice and I go against you half the time. And this just is another case. So I don't really go knocking on doors and stuff, but one relationship leads to another relationship, leads to another relationship. So you go in there and a dealer trusts you and you kick it off. Hey, you start sending pictures back and forth to your camper, his camper, he's showing you stuff, you build that relationship. And next thing you know, you're hauling stuff for his cousin that owns 15 dealerships. Then his buddy is like, hey, I know this awesome guy. Now, I'm in a spot this week where I have more cars to haul than I can possibly haul. But you know what? You're up front with them and be like, hey, it's going to take me a while. No problem, But it's, but anyhow, that's all.
Which, by the way, our last conversation, and what's fun again, everybody, is you can tell we all stay in touch. So Brian had actually called. I said, Brian, you better go ahead and get ready for another truck. Well, I can't. I got a problem. So we work through the problem. We send him to the person that I think might have the problem because I don't have the answer to that problem. We'll get to that later. Brian, thank you. Next, I don't see the name here, Jay. Brian,
let's see who we've got. After Brian is Shawn. We got Shawn. I think Shawn is the next box on Hollywood Squares.
That's Shawn. Hey, Shawn.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Where are you out of?
Well, I currently live in Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah, that's right. I think I've talked to you a couple of times, haven't I?
Yeah, I talked to you earlier today.
Yeah. So what is it you're doing again? Go ahead and tell us what you're doing. You're getting in, right? No. You've got the truck and you're hauling the trucks, right? The cabin chassis?
Yeah, I've been driving for 17 years. I've been doing car hauling for about 6. I worked for Wagoneers and Virginia Transportation, and after Virginia Transportation, I decided just to get my own truck. I actually wanted a Stinger, but to be totally honest with you, I was too afraid to get a Stinger because I didn't think I would be able to the business would succeed. So I went ahead and bought a regular truck and started hauling cabin chassis. And so I've been doing that for the last 5 years. And it's been somewhat successful, but I would like to go back to hauling cars, and I'm leased to somebody now. And so I want a little bit more freedom. So I basically work for another company now.
Right. Now, you said something just now I didn't catch on all of our phone calls. You may have told me this, but you mentioned Stinger. So we need to talk again tomorrow, if you don't mind. Give me a call, because I was just, when you said that, I thought, our buddy Robbie down there in, where is he at, Jay? South Carolina? Somewhere over there? Robbie LMR?
Robbie Oliphant, LMR, right?
Yeah, he's needing Stinger guys.
I think he's in Nashville area.
Well, we'll figure it out.
But he was looking for help. You're right, down in the Southeast. You're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Shawn, give me a call tomorrow. We'll see if we can talk about Stinger business for a minute. And I'm going to come right. We'll maybe get back, but let's go next. Who we got next? Thank you, Shawn.
Thank you, Shawn. That's really interesting.
Yeah, he's got a good story too.
Next was, as you said, Shannon.
Shannon.
Can you hear us, Shannon?
Yes. Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Hey, Shannon.
Hey, Shannon.
Hey.
How are you? Where are you at?
Good. I'm currently just outside of Atlanta. I had some loads to take down and bring out today for a dealership back in Louisville, Kentucky. But that's where my business is based, just outside of Louisville, Kentucky, and Jeffersonville, Indiana. I've been in business for just about a year. My background is in engineering, and I always wanted to start my own business, probably even up to 6 or 7 years ago. And someone actually approached me about the idea of starting a car hauling service. So I started to do my research. It took me about a year to kind of compile all the information. And February last year, I decided just to get into it, and have been running just a pickup truck and a 2-car hauler initially because I didn't have a Class A license. And then I would say about 3-4 months ago, I actually got a Class A license. So kind of starting from the ground up, learning a lot of good, valuable lessons about business and just, the industry. But I am looking to, scale my business into having, employees and all that. So that's kind of my end goal.
Mm. Now, you running a 1-ton and a 3-car, is that what I heard?
It's a 2-car, 40 foot.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And now, what are you doing for load? Are you using load board?
Yeah, I use a load board, and from that, I'd say within the last year, I've been able to get about 5 direct dealerships that I haul for.
Okay, with the 2-car, how far are you running on average?
It's within like a 500-mile radius from my home base.
Okay, good. And we've talked, I think, once or twice. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you again too. Okay, thank you so much. You're in Louisville now. Is that what you said?
Right.
He's outside Atlanta right now.
I'm in Atlanta. Yeah,
right.
my home base is out of Louisville. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And thank you, by the way, for joining us tonight. That was really all of you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, I want to say that too. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for joining us. This is really great. And we've got several people in the live chat really enjoying this. So this is great.
We got about 2 or 3 more to go here for Ron. I want to talk to Ron. Everybody, this is Ron. Ron's definitely a super core guy, like Carlos.
Super
He's been
core.
with us.
Yeah.
Super core.
Yeah.
We love Ron. Ron, go ahead. Where you at?
How you doing, guys? I'm out of Long Island, New York. I've been doing this for probably close to 30 years as well. And as I'm hearing all these conversations going on, I'm trying to figure out, how do I fit into this? Because what everybody's doing now, the industry has changed so much. I'm kind of not into what everybody else is doing. So I'm thinking to myself, wait, how do I fit in this? How do I fit in this? And I realize I'm more of a spectator at this point after so many years, and watching and hearing all these conversations from all these different angles, all these different perspectives. It's so nice to see that Jay has brought this all together. This is why I tune in. Ty, I've talked to Ty so many times before. Talking to Ty is just a confirmation of all these years of experience that I have. That I'm like, wow, I'm not crazy. This is the way this industry is. Jay, I remember when I first started talking to Jay was when these boards started to evolve, and I needed some information. So I'm like, okay, what is it with these boards? What's going on? I forgot what the question was. Something that I needed to, and I was looking for it. Look. I don't know how I remember coming across Jay's name. I called Jay. No, I think I emailed Jay.
Central Dispatch.
Jay.
Yeah.
Was it Central Dispatch?
Well,
yeah,
something about Central.
Something
right?
about it. Yeah, something about Central. There was something that I couldn't figure out. And the thing is, I had watched Jay's show a couple of times before, and it kind of used to annoy me because Jay was giving out all this information, inside info.
Yeah, you told me that. What are you doing? We've already got a thumbs down tonight. I'm assuming it's because of that.
Yeah, well. Anyway, that's what kind of kicked it off, and I've been glued ever since, only to see how great this has become for everybody, and again, at this point now in my journey in this thing, I've been fortunate enough to kind of be able to see in and study what's going on, follow information, and try to evolve with the industry, because that's the big thing about this industry as well. It evolves like that. you don't stay on it, if you don't stay with it, your lanes will change, your flow will change. If you're not in touch, you will lose touch and you'll sink fast. And thank goodness for Jay and Pi that you guys are reachable. You guys make yourselves approachable, and I thank you guys for that. So great! I'm glad to be here and watch this continue.
And we appreciate you. I mean, it's awesome.
Well,
the
cool part is that the reason Ron's here is because I probably send Ron 1 to 2 guys, maybe a month. I mean, I'm like, hey, you need to call Ron. He lives up there. He knows that area. Ron, and what's really cool. So you guys see me get excited when I start talking like this, where I can send somebody to somebody, right? Connect somebody to somebody.
Right? and it's true. And I think definitely for sure, just to reiterate what's been said already a couple of times here on the show is that, those friendships go a long way and those bonds go a long way. I've probably been able to be so stable in this industry, especially in the environment right now. I'm realizing it more now because of the environment we are in now, because of this whole COVID and the way everything's going on, that those bonds seem to come out more, now to try to kind of keep your core going. I know there's companies, violent bankruptcy right now or non-existing, and those are usually the people who, for one reason or another, screwed somebody. So, somebody's not lending a hand because, this outfit screwed this person, this outfit did this car did that, But the ones who kind of help each other out in this field and sort out to just help somebody, not take something, it goes a long way. It goes a long way. And that definitely for sure, for me, living where I live in the probably the biggest city in the country, I have a core of friends in this area that there's some people I've never even seen face to face, but just that bond for so many years. I call them now, they're like, Ron, listen, I got so-and-so over here. Can you help me out? Sure, I'll do it. And I'll get that call, and I realize the reason why I get that call is because they know I'm not going to eat their favor. I'm not going to go and seek out their business. I'm not going to go. I'm there just to help them out, moving forward. Okay, let's go to the next step. And those kind of details, they just really do carry you in this industry as well.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you, Ron. Yeah. And it really does mean a lot. Ron's definitely a core guy, and I just love being able to send somebody to a guy like Ron, because I know I trust Ron, and Ron will not lie to you. He's a straight shooter. So thanks, Ron, so much. You're huge.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah, man.
Okay, I think, what do we got? 1 or 2 left, Jay?
Konstantin is next, and he might be, might be. We might be finishing the first round of squares. Konstantin, what's up, man?
Hey, not much. Well, actually, I'm working right now, but yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Yeah. Somewhere in between Wyoming and Utah. I got the last spot at the pilot, but didn't have good service, so I just kept driving until I got service, and now I don't know where I am.
You're committed to get on the
there's
show.
A sign,
wow.
There's a sign that says "End of track" right next to me. So, yeah.
You're up on the top of the mountain at the end of the track. You holding your phone out the window to get the reception. Yeah.
Basically,
that's a hardcore fan right there, Jay. We need to.
Wow, I know. I was gonna say, man, that is incredible. Wish I had a T-shirt.
Well, I was timing it. I was
shoot a T-shirt to you right now. I wish.
I was trying to time it so I'll be in Salt Lake City now, but it didn't work out that way. So I'm almost.
Well, we do appreciate Konstantin. Yeah. We've been talking at least a year. Konstantin, I think, came from New York. He's in Colorado now. Is that right?
Yep, I'm a Coloradian.
Colorado's wife and kids, running cars. Was a dealer, by the way. Then now car hauler. And I think you're working on building yourself a little lane there out of Colorado, but you're still doing a little load board. So you're a hybrid guy, right?
Yeah, eventually. Load boards are working out real nice right now. So
they're good for you. Okay.
But I'd rather be closer to family, of course.
Yeah, well, you say load boards are working out good for you. Go ahead and tell me what that means to you.
Yeah, I'm curious too.
Well, like numbers or like what do you want to hear?
Well, just in general. All right, so we're talking central dispatch. Is that what we're talking about? Okay. And then you're finding loads that you can put together with other loads that pick up a
Yep.
delivery or similar. Money's okay. Not
Yeah,
a bunch
so
of in-op junk.
I
right?
love in-ops. I love them.
You love in-ops.
They're great. They
That
pay.
should be a
I don't
bumper
care.
sticker. I love
pay.
in-ops.
Yeah, I'll put it on the trailer. Yeah. I mean, you go to Copart, they load it for you. That's great. And then if I got to winch it on, I got to winch, so that pays. So I like them. But I was doing.
I actually probably complain about them more than I need to. But one really tricky in-op or surprise in-op can. Well, I don't need to tell you.
I charge them
you're
for
out
that.
there. Yeah, you like you.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
there
I'd be
you
like,
go.
That's another $150. You know?
get the wrong person and they don't care and there's no forklift. Don't get me started. Tune in Thursdays.
Right.
Okay, so
yeah,
keep going. There you go.
Well, I was gonna say, so I moved out from Albany, New York. I had a car lot out there. Moved out to Colorado. I've been doing sales since I was 18, so I wanted to do something different. So I figured, hey, let me try something easy. Let me try being a car transporter, which it's not easy. But I love it. I mean, I'm running the Rockies, so I'm everywhere. Colorado, New Mexico, Utah, and it's a lot of fun. Never know what you're gonna experience, And I started out doing load boards for basically. I was dispatching myself on load boards for most of this year. Oh, I started about a year and a half ago. So, since then until about 2 months ago, I was doing load boards by myself. And then now I got a dispatching service, and that's been really working out nice. So I've been making more money now, and I do less work, which I like.
Oh, okay. So you've hired a dispatch service.
Yes. Yep.
And that's why we hear this on a regular basis. There are many carriers nationwide that really like the relationship they have with their dispatch service.
Mm-hmm.
They're not all illegal creeps, right?
Right.
Crazy.
No, they help you out. That's for sure. I don't have to, look at load boards anymore. I can just focus on driving, loading cars. They handle the paperwork, the carrier packets, which I did all myself. I had it all saved on my iCloud, but they already got it all, so they take care of it for me. Yeah.
Well, and that's where the dispatcher, appreciates you, because you're not just waking up every morning, spinning the dartboard and wondering, what you're going to bet on. You have an idea what you want to do. It really turns into, this has really turned into a Thursday dispatching live show. I don't know what happened.
Well, no, it's good to talk about this because, again, this is what we deal with. This is real life. We're demonstrating to you. Let's pretend for fun. Let's pretend somebody from United Road's watching. Okay, let's just do a little pretend. They're watching. What does United Road really need more than anything right now? Carriers. Drivers. And they need little 3-car dudes. And nobody wants to have this conversation because traditionally, guys that run load board, wedgies, whatever you want to call them, 1-tons, dualies, traditionally, they've really got a bad reputation. Okay, let's just put it out on the table. I said it. Traditionally. Why? Well, there's not a strategy. There's not a lane. There's not a route. There's inconsistencies. I can't get a hold of the guy. There's all kinds of problems, right? And Jay and I can get a little bit excited about this, but the reason I'm talking like that is because we, right now, this show, we are demonstrating to somebody watching, somebody bigger than Jay, somebody bigger than Ty, somebody bigger than all of us, probably watching or might watch tomorrow. And what we're doing is we're demonstrating, guys. It's about relationships. It's about knowing your lane. It's about doing business. Do you hear what Brian Pepson said? Brian, this isn't Ty talking. These are you guys. These are people that I've talked to that are talking about how to do business right, okay? That not everyone's going to be the same, but there's some fundamental truths. Relationships, dealers buy cars, and dealers need people to move cars. We connect carriers to carriers. We connect carriers to dealers. We connect auctions and dealers and carriers. And we're always connecting because cars are always going to be moving. I heard a guy one time, he said, man, cars have become the new toilet paper. So what do you mean? He said, dude, you just replace it, get another one. I mean, disposable, right? It's a disposable commodity. Time for an ELD drink.
That's what I think Andrew said. It. This one's for Andrew, right on. Because we only have one more hour to go, so this one's for you, man.
One more hour. We'll see.
This is Roundtable. Yeah, keep going. You're killing it.
So what we're talking about, this show, we are in effect, whether you know it or not, we're demonstrating to somebody else that we're making an effort to try to do business right. Our job, our goal is to serve the dealer, serve the auction, serve the individual, serve the repo guy. I don't know, but we are a service business, okay? And if we're going to be a service business, in my opinion, there has to be something connected to this heart, right? I always call it a servant heart. Have you guys heard me say that before? You know, that's where this passion comes from, is because I really like to see people happy. You know, I'm running 20 trucks. I'm moving 9 cars at a time on 20. That's 180 cars at one shot, right? What do you get so excited about? By the way, Trevor's in Colorado. Trevor couldn't make it tonight because Trevor's got a problem. That's car hauling, right? You have problems in car hauling.
Is that he's putting out a fire, huh?
Yeah, he's got a car that I waiting for more pictures, but I wanted to talk about Trevor for a minute, because Trevor's a solid dude. He's a broker. We put him in touch with Konstantin, and I think there's Doug.
Yep.
I think Doug may have bailed, but anyway, we're still connecting people, right? We're still I sent Andrew. I put Andrew in contact with Harrison. Harrison kind of shifted, doing a little different. I think he's into tow trucks now. But anyway, point is we're trying to build a community, we're trying to build a network, and we're trying to get the fundamentals down right. Okay, there you go. Look at Paul Meijer. Oh, there you go. Oh. Okay. What do we got here? Mark? Who else do we have, Jay?
Well, and so let me say, oh yeah, Mark just tuned in. What's going on, Mark? How are you, man? Mark, it's
doing good. I've been here the whole time.
Yeah. Oh, you have been. Ah.
Yeah.
Incognito.
I was eating a Scooby snack and didn't want to be eating in front of everybody.
That's very nice of you, man.
Okay, Mark, where are you at?
Yeah.
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay, and what do you do?
I have SuperFlo systems, and we have some technology for some of you guys that, even like Josh, and Josh was like saying, we like to scoop up everything in our lane. And one of the cool things that Dispatch Center has is loadification. If he would sign up with Dispatch Center and get that, I don't know if he is signed up, but if he gets that loadification on his routes, we will send him an instant text message, email, letting him know that the load has just been posted, and that it's generally at least a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes before it hits central. So you get a little head start there, and especially on things that are the popular this time of year, that's south going north, and some of those things that are kind of hard to get. But those work out well. You guys, Dispatch Center doesn't have as many loads as we want yet. Those are things that we're working on, but we do have, I think our loads go fast. So that's one thing that I'll say. And that the loadification and the early notification and getting opportunity for loads that are in your route. So those are some things that we can help you guys with, I think.
And I want to jump in and say this is that what's really special here is when we talk about auto transport software, Mark is here. He's accessible. You can actually contact Mark. Mark, what's your email address? I'm going to share it. Mark at SuperFlo Systems.
FLO. Yeah, so no W in flow. SuperFlo, FLO Systems.com.
An auto transport software company owner, you can contact him. There's his email address. Got a problem? Got an idea? Got a question? Contact
You can put my phone number in there too if you want.
Yeah, what's the phone number? 513-870-5595. Because 513-870-5595. Accessibility seems to be one of the greater problems when trying to interact with other verticals in this giant network and industry. So thank you, Mark. Thanks for making yourself accessible. It's super cool.
You're welcome. Hey, since Konstantin's down there somewhere, shout out to him. And he gave me a couple. I don't know if you've seen. Have you seen that yet, Konstantin, on the load notifications? If the load has been taken, there's a button you can press now that says find additional loads on this route. And if you get a load notification, there's a button on there that tells you that you can find additional loads on that route. And as that pulls up, there's also a tab that you can switch over for backhauls. So you can, the load that you just got an instant notification on, you can also see other loads that are in that route, and then a backhaul button for coming the other way.
Nice.
And make all of those
great.
through dispatch center.
Nice.
Hey, time out. So I just heard that. I didn't understand any of it. So this is cool. I love this. Konstantin, do you know what Mark just said?
Yeah. Am I alive here? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Check.
Yeah, I think so. I'm trying to remember if that was my idea, but
because Mark was telling
me. It's all you, brother. It was all you.
Mark told me about that you gave him that idea. It's really cool.
Yeah, we had a talk for a little while. Yeah, we talked for a little while.
Okay, wait. So raise your hand if you understood what that little conversation was there. Who understood what just happened there?
I'll say it again. I'll say it.
Andrew, like that.
Andrew's like, so dispatch center, you have a route, you sign up for a route, and we will send you text messages and emails when a new load posts in your route. And from that text message, there is a button on there that says, find similar loads on this route. So you can make the request for the load that you just got notified on, and then find additional loads for that same route. And additionally, so if the load is taken, sometimes that when you click the link for the load to book the load is gone. It's already been booked, and there's now a new button on there that says find similar loads. So even if you miss that one, there may be some additional ones that populate in that lane that you're looking for.
I remember
and that button actually, it says is that blows. Anything else? And so that's. No.
Well, I see Shawn shaking his head. Shawn, were you just shaking your head up and down like you understood that? Okay, so it made sense to Shawn. Okay, all right, good. Now I'm going to shift real quick because, again, here's what it is. Konstantin didn't know Mark, and Mark didn't know Konstantin until ATI came around, right? Konstantin talks to Mark, tells him this great idea. Mark acts on the great idea, benefiting even Konstantin. Got it? That's network, that's relationship. Now Ty likes Mark because Mark has something Ty likes, which is carriers, all right? And so I'm always looking for information. So now's a great time. Jay shared it earlier, but I asked Mark, I said, Mark, how many carriers do you have again?
2,100 now, working on 2,200.
There you go. That's a lot. So I want to know, as a carrier, you go to an auction. Raise your hand. You ever been? Who's been to an auction? Okay. Yeah. Everybody's been to an auction. Okay. Raise your hand. Who's been to a car dealer? Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. So auctions and dealers somehow, whether I like it or not, there's something between those two. There's cars, and we move cars, right? And I know I'm being like really basic. I'm not trying to be stupid. I'm just trying to say. So I asked Mark, can you ask your 2,200 carriers how many auctions? So Jay, do you have that still?
Which one?
It was in the industry news. In this industry news that you had the survey results.
Yeah, the survey. Yeah, sure.
I want to see that again, if you don't mind. Because this is really cool. Okay, so I'm the guy that walks in the front door and starts trying to get somebody to do business with me. On the other side of this,
Bear
there's
with
this
me.
technology thing, right? These load
Bear
boards
with
and
me.
these
This
apps
is,
and these Carvana.
We're off the map, but we're going to get there. Hold on. Keep going.
And the
Survey,
cars
right,
arrive and the ready logistics, and there's all this stuff out there that I don't know anything about. Jay knows a lot about it. I'm sure there are plenty of people in here that know a lot about it, but this is what's fun, because then we got our guy Paul Meijer up there, dealer vendor match. And this is where I think Paul Meijer comes in. I'm hoping is he's got the ability to connect us with the dealer. And we might even use Paul Meijer to get in the auction. But here's what I want to show everybody, okay? Let's take a look here. Can you see that, Jay?
So I can see it. Can you guys see it? I know it's small. Can you see it?
I can see
Yes.
it.
Yep.
Okay. All
Your
right.
binoculars on, Ty?
Yeah, I
Right,
got
yeah.
mine. I'm like, oh man, I'm getting so old.
Here. How about that?
There
Does
we
that
go.
help?
Nice. There we go. Yeah.
There we go.
All right.
Wow. Okay. Go ahead and read it, Jay. I'm going to let you go for a little while.
All right. So do you plan to do auction work in 2021?
Yeah, this is carriers, okay, guys? This is Mark SuperFlo, all right? 2,200 carriers. He shoots out to explain how you did. How did you do this, Mark?
We just put out an email. Ashley and Mike from our office helped me construct the survey, and Mike did the technology to send it to all the 2,200 carriers. And we had, I don't know the exact number, somewhere around 100 respondents. I don't know if anybody's in the show tonight that responded, but anybody listening, thank you for responding. There's still time. Everybody who signed up for Dispatch Center still has access to the survey. It's there. It's still live, and we'll update. I'll give Jay some updated, but it was pretty interesting information of exactly what I think Ty was looking for.
I think it's fantastic, Mark. Really awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
It's absolutely what I'm looking for. And so, okay, so you got 2,200 carriers, you throw it out there, 100 respond, and so we start breaking it down. It doesn't matter if it was 20 guys that responded, but what does matter, at least to me, okay, all these questions are revolving around an auction, a dealer, an auction, and a dealer. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it is. And do you want additional work as
right as
Dispatch
well as
Center
load
is,
notifications, right?
Well, not just load notifications, which we will have, but we have a couple of unique shippers that we're going to have opportunity for loads that aren't going to be on any other load boards very soon, and want to know who is interested in receiving that type of information, and are you looking for additional work? Because we're going to have some, and who's available for it?
Right. And so here's some cool things that happen behind the scenes. Okay, so what's happening here is we're building a network of carriers, auctions, and dealers. Tonight we're talking about carriers. We're talking about guys that are new in the business that everybody wants to make fun of and run over with their big super truck or semi, right? And I'm saying, hang on, before we run them all over and run them off the road, they're going to have a hard enough time on their own. But if we could help them, bring them in, kind of rein them in, right? Let's do this. Auctions, dealers, and we can do in-ops, we can do POVs, fine. But where I'm going is okay, so Mark SuperFlo today, before the show, calls me out of the blue. Hey, Ty, what about Paul Meijer? Is Paul Meijer know dealers? Yeah, I think so. What do you need? What do you want? Well, you know our buddy Sky Holman? Jay, did Jay just perk up there?
Yeah, it's Sky Holman.
Sky Holman is
who's
with
Sky Holman, right?
One
Yeah.
Auction View. Sky and Mark are friends because of ATIJ, right? Now watch, this is great. If anybody doesn't follow this, just say, hey, Ty, you don't make any sense.
And true story, I met Sky, and I was like, hold on. And I start pinging Mark. I'm like, dude, you have to join this meeting.
True story.
True story.
So Jay meets Sky. Sky meets Mark and Jay. Now, Mark and Jay have this relationship, and they're doing something. I don't want to know. I don't need to know, right? But here's what I do know about Sky. Sky has this one auction view. It's for dealers to buy inventory in one spot. Is that fair? Is that
badass? It's badass.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Sky gets a hold of Mark, and they're having this conversation, and Sky says, I need 50 dealers to sign up now. All right? They're having a conversation. Mark calls me, hey, Ty, do you know any dealers? I was thinking about Paul Meijer. Here we go. All right?
Wow.
It gets great. Yeah.
Wow.
Paul's got it, man. So I'm like, well, I don't know. I know Paul's in the fixed ops. I know Paul knows a lot of dealers, but you know who else I'm thinking of who pops in my mind real quick? Tim Skatilis, Max Digital.
Right.
Right. So as we have this conversation, as we start seeing, okay, Sky's been a fan. Sky, Paul, do you know Sky?
We got I thought we froze. We didn't. We froze in real life. Yeah.
Ty froze. Yeah, but I will. I mean, I think I met Mark through your show.
Yeah.
Right?
Mark. Yeah. So Mark's kind of our tech guy, our TMS, our CMR. Real incredible guy, by the way. I mean, Mark and I spend some time on the phone, and we're strategizing. We're building something, and it's going to be great. But so anyway, again, back to the relationship. Okay, this benefits you guys. Watch. And I don't sit around and plan this stuff, okay? Just so everybody knows, I don't sit around with my notebook and try to figure out who we're going to connect to what. It just happens. Hey, I don't know how.
I try to do that a little bit. I'm just telling you.
Jay does.
I do work on that.
So where I'm going with this is, okay, if we build this community, if we build this network, if we build these relationships, okay, JD Mickle, he's our broker guy, and he's on LinkedIn, great guy. He sends an email to kind of the group of us. He's got these vehicles that need moved. Jay, do you remember that email?
Yeah, he sent an email a week or two ago. First, he just kind of reached out. I said, organize it, send it to us. I sent it to you. I sent it to Sue. I sent it to Mark. There might have been more. He needed carriers.
A specific lane. Or a route, I guess.
Yeah, and it was and I think this is where you get sandwiched because it was only like 6 different vehicles with lanes. So that's not enough to get the attention of, this is like, right, beginning stages of a miniature load board, right? Which is a tough place to be, isn't it? Right? Mark, when you first start and you have 10 loads, this is nationwide, you have 10 loads, and 2 companies, how do you get started? And this is JD's, I think, his squeeze. He's got enough overflow, which is a problem. What do you do?
Yeah, and that's what I don't know.
He's auto transport on demand, and he was looking for 5 lanes, 6 lanes, I think that he had that he couldn't find carriers for these lanes, and I ran each one of them on Pro ABD's My Carrier network and broke down how many carriers that we have dispatched previously to on each of those routes that he had trouble with, and it was all in the 20 or 30 carriers that, using Pro ABD and the My Carrier network, that he would have been able to solicit or offer those loads just in a quick email or a text that says, hey, I have a load, it's on a route that you've run before. If you can help me with it, click here and make a booking request. Those are the kind of things that we have with Pro ABD and circles back around the dispatch center.
Right, and Pro ABD is a software. So anybody that doesn't know what he's talking about is proabd.com is actually one of the domains of the SuperFlo Systems family. But what's important about this is that if you're a carrier and you've been making relationships, you're going to get your client needs vehicles moved somewhere that you never go. And according to the law, you have to have a broker's license to then hire another carrier to move that load, even though it may seem counterintuitive. But these are some of the growing pains that you go through that suddenly you realize, wow, I have a problem. It's maybe a good problem because now I've got business that I can't handle, but what are the proper channels to get it taken care of? Anyways, it's part of the growing pains.
Well, so where I'm going with this is I think I can envision, not too far, when you've got a guy like Sky Holman, a guy like Paul Meijer, a guy like Paul Machine, a guy like Mark, and and you start putting this puzzle together, and you're having these relationships and these conversations. I can see where we will get to the place where we're using the technology, this hybrid that Jay and I talk about, as transport guys. I mean, you've got a load board, you've got a dealer, you've got a relationship. Where are you at? Where are you going? And where do you want to be? Okay. So I can see, and just like this little survey I had asked Mark to do, which he did it bang like that and got incredible results. My point is that if I'm going to live with the classes, I'm going to sell to the masses, right? And Andrew and I have had this conversation, right? You got something, Jay?
I want to add on the one auction view, just to drive home the point of one auction view, because you hear one auction view, what does that mean? So they're killing it. What are they doing? I want to say this is that what's happening in the digital killing it world is that as Ty sees less people at the physical auction, which he's not seeing today. I mean, there's a lot happening in the physical auction, but there's a lot of guys that are buying all their cars, selling all their cars, and they never leave their desk. They're just sitting there hitting the button. And the button they're using is a digital auction, like One Auction View, where to get connected to a transporter, the transporter has to somehow be digitally connected to that system. And that's what we're talking about. We're going to see that happening more and more. That's why in industry news, when I share Asbury Automotive, who are they? Well, ClickLane is their system. When we're talking about Vroom and CarMax and Carvana and all these companies keep moving everything more digital, how do you network with a dealer that needs transportation when he never leaves his desk? That's one of the things we're talking about.
Well, by the way, Jay, side note, because I probably won't talk to you again until Friday, but Sky is going to come on a Friday Cars on the Move, and we're going to be in the transport parking lot, and he and I are going to go head to head as to, because Sky will tell you. Sky told me on the phone, Mark, you were there, right? What did he say? He said, Ty, I can assure you, promise you, I'll bet you $1. This is going to be the new, you won't go to an auction anymore. So we'll bring him on with me, and we'll have this dialogue. But the beauty of it is, guys, as I get older, I'm starting to be, not be as hostile and angry as I usually am, right?
That goes for all of us, actually. So you're not alone.
Yeah,
we all are getting less hostile and angry on a regular basis.
They call it maturity, I hope.
Yeah, hope something like that. I don't know.
Well, anyway, where I'm going is Jay's built this platform. This platform is I think educational, very educational, there's a big desire here to connect people and to build relationships. Okay. And I just keep saying the same thing. Well, how do you do that? Well, we're going to have to do it a couple different ways. I mean, I keep thinking about Abdi here, who's trucking it across country. And I mean, my brain can't think like that. It just can't. Does that mean Abdi's wrong and Ty's right, or Ty's right or wrong and Abdi's? No, we got to have Abdi, right? We have to, because people are actually moving cars from California to Florida all the time. And so I'm learning a lot through you guys, right? By having these conversations, by being on Jay's show and doing these Friday and talking to guys like Sky Holman and Paul Meijer and Paul Machine and trying to sort through this and figure it out. So what works for one guy isn't necessarily always going to work for the other guy. But what seems to be almost a guarantee is if we know what we're doing with our transport business, okay, if we know what we are doing with our transport business, do you want to build a fleet? Do you want to be one truck and just Abdi, right? I'm one truck and I'm trucking and I got it figured out and I'm making money and I want to retire at 40. The guy's got a plan. The chances of him accomplishing that are really, really high because he's got a plan. Fair? So that's where, you know, I was talking to Shawn. I mean, I've talked to all of you guys. I love talking to you guys. But
I want to say this.
Yeah,
Ty, I like how you talk about, you were kind of hitting upon it earlier. You know, it was a couple years ago, we were at Auto Haulers Association of America, and Ty is talking about how we know, as a large fleet, you need, you know, the onesie, twosie, 3-car, 4-car trailers to pick up the onesie, twosies, vehicles sitting there. And it's an interesting thing you mentioned, Ty, because it's true, and you also said, not everybody wants to talk about this. So as I preface that, does anybody want to raise like a challenge that you keep seeing that you want to talk about or ask about? Anybody want to? Is anybody have something they want to ask about? I know in the live chat there was a couple people. Anything that you want to raise that you think is a big deal that isn't talked about? I don't know, because we know there are threads and forums and questions and whatnot, but I'm curious.
I wanted to touch a little bit on the load boards. So, of course, my niche market is the exotic classic car market. I was fortunate enough to grow up in a family that was kind of surrounded by that and knew multiple people. So my client base kind of came to me in a way, but I'm always looking to expand and grow that client base. So by doing that, we have local events here in Scottsdale on the first Saturday of every month called Cars and Coffee. And it's where a bunch of guys with Lamborghinis and Ferraris and Rolls Royce and you name it, they all show up in a very niche area of North Scottsdale. They all have their $17 cup of coffee, and they're all walking around looking at each other's cars, paying compliments and stuff like that. And what I'll do is I will take a day where I just won't drive to just go and hand out 30 business cards to just compliment a guy on the attention to detail on his car. Is it numbers matching? How many miles does it have? Are you the first owner, et cetera? But the point that I can relate to you guys is with the load boards, utilize that load board to create that first relationship. So when you show up at that dealership, like I said, talk to the guy, relate to him on a personal level. If he's got kids, talk to him about kids. If he likes a sports team, talk about sports team. If he's got a dream car, talk about his dream car. But relate to him on that personal level, so then next time when he goes to post those cards on that load board, he's going to think twice. He's going to be like, oh, actually, I just talked to Ty last week. He just hauled those 10 cars from Scottsdale to Colorado and got it done a day early. What am I doing going to load board? I'm just going to call Ty directly. So I think when you look at a load board, don't always necessarily equate it to, oh, no, it's going to be a crappy price, or, oh, no, I'm not going to get the load I want. Well, yeah, it may be a crappy price in the beginning, but looking into the future, where can you go from there? Are you going to get better prices? Are you going to be able to create those relationships? Because then to Konstantin's point, you know, they're going to talk to somebody else, and then they're going to talk to somebody else, and then they're going to talk to somebody else. And before you know it, you're not even going to know what a load board is because you're not going to need it. So don't always look at the load board as a bad thing. Utilize it to create the foundation of relationships. You don't have to use it going forward.
I think it's a great point. So my question is, because I think someone will wonder this, how do you manage the fact that you got a dispatch from a load board from another company, but now you're going and there's, you know, are you poaching a customer? How do you manage that?
That's a good question.
That's the hard part, isn't it?
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, go ahead, Todd.
My thought with that is, you know, it's business, and you call it what you want, but if I do a load on the load board and I go to a customer, hey, it's fair game. I mean, I'm not going after, I ain't going after that load that you hired me to haul. But if I go to that customer and say, hey, you have something in the future that you need done or something, and he says, okay, we make a deal. That's business. That's between me and that dealer, me and that company. It's got nothing to do with the load I just hauled. So.
Well, here's what I've learned over the years, and you guys can take it and do what you want with it. I've been a carrier, and I've had guys leased on to me, and I've brokered a lot of cars out. me personally, I've even taken, when I first started out, I don't remember how anybody got my name, but a broker got my name and wanted me to go haul their cars. I said, well, yeah, if the price is right. So we negotiated the price. It was right. I pull up, I'm dropping the cars off, and here comes Mr. Car Dealer, so excited to see me, and asks me for a card. I mean, I've had that happen. I don't know how many times. So is the broker a bad broker? Is the car dealer a bad car dealer? Am I a bad guy? I don't know the answer to any of those questions. But if somebody's going to approach me and ask me for a card, do I say no? I don't know.
And I actually, and I agree with you. That's the thing, is that if a customer has asked you about your business and your card and you've made a connection, clearly they didn't have a strong enough connection with the initial contact.
Well, here, so part of that goes to the car dealer, and that's a lot of what I try to talk about. Okay, who is your customer, right? That's always my number 2. Who's your customer? Let's think about it. Is it a load board? Is it a person? Is it a car lot? Is it a broker? Who's your customer? Well, I don't know, Ty. That's why I'm calling you. Okay, well, Ty likes to start where he can think, because my brain doesn't, I'm not a big thinker. I like to think small. I start in my backyard. Who do I know and where do they get their cars? Okay, what I'm trying to say is, as you encounter car dealers, every car dealer is just as different as everybody else. But if you've got a car off of a load board, see, I've talked to a lot of guys enough, I come up with these goofy ideas. Okay, I'm not really the guy that wants to go talk to the car dealer, Ty. I'm not that guy. But I want my own customers. Okay, well, when was the last time you booked a car on the load board to come back to your neighborhood? Never. I mean, not really. It doesn't ever work like that. Okay, well, try it. Because when you book a car and it's coming back to your neighborhood, guess who wants to talk to you now? The dealer. He wants to talk to you.
Yeah.
If you're booking that car and you don't have a lane, right? I call it dedicated. This is where I go. I dominate, right? Just go. Well, if you don't have that, and that sounds appealing, or it sounds like something you might be interested in, and you really don't have what it takes, in your opinion, to go talk to the car dealer, whether that be a relationship through a friend, a family member, or somebody you know. Who was I talking to today? Was that Shawn or Shannon? About the to the check-in late. Was it Shannon?
Yeah, you were talking to me about that a few days ago.
Sean, what did I talk to you? It was Sean too, right? Yeah, Sean. It was Sean, because Sean drops off these utility or cabin chassis things. Anyway, he went and talked. He did it. He went and talked to the car dealers. Didn't go anywhere. So I said, hey, let's back up. Let's go talk to. Is that right? Am I right, Sean? Yeah. Okay. So now tomorrow we're going to go talk to the lady that checks the cars in, that he hands the keys to. And we're going to ask her, what does she do with the used cars? Because he's been bringing in new. So all these little games that we can play, right? But back to the original. Okay, if I pull into a dealership and the dealer comes running out and I jump out and I hand him my card and I solicit his business, that could be a little tricky. All right. The other side of that is that dude comes running out to me because he's got the car and he's happy I'm there and he's begging me for a card. That's a different story. Now, how do you prove either one of those? You don't. My point is car dealers are car dealers and they want their cars moved fast. So if you've got a lane, if you're established and you're reliable and you're trustworthy, Brian Pepson said it. Dude, I can't tell you how many cars I personally have damaged. I called the guy right away. Hey, I just smashed your car. Ty, well, go ahead and bring it down. Turns into an opportunity. We do more business, right? It costs me money, but transparency, honesty, truth, morals, values, those kinds of things in this business will take you to the moon and back, because car dealers have to deal with people on a pretty regular basis that really are not up and up. Okay. So if you want to have that relationship with that car dealer and you don't want to talk to him and you're on a load board already, or you have a dispatcher, one of the things I like to say is book a couple cars to come back to home, or, book a couple cars that just go 50, 100 miles away so you can whip into the car dealer, pick them up for him, take them where they go. Now we know each other. if we're gonna go to I don't know you society unless I meet you in this virtual world, I guess this is the game we're gonna play. So how do we play it? Am I making any sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's kind of where I'm at. Shawn, did you have something? No, you're good. Okay. But that's where I think, and so back to Mark and Paul, and Ron was in here a minute ago. Hey, is Jeanette in here? I see his name.
So I did too, and I don't know. I don't know.
I talked to Jeanette. Seems like a really cool guy. I think I want to say Texas. And then there's one more in the middle here, Jay. It says just iPhone. I don't know.
I'm not seeing that.
Okay. Well, here's where I'm at. This is really big for me personally. It means a lot to me because I know you guys, at least by phone. Sometimes I get mixed up. I was talking we're missing a Lawrence in here. He's probably going to be really pissed at me because I think he had sent me a late call. Anyway.
Did I screw it up?
No, I think I did. So if you were supposed to be here and you're not, don't be mad at me or be mad at Jay. Be mad at me because I'm the one that put all this together. So where I'm going is everybody here is what I start to call family. We're starting to get to know each other. It's growing bigger and bigger, and we could have piled a whole lot more in here. But where I'm at is I'm thankful for Jay and what Jay's done by building this platform, by not being exclusive. We only talk to these people. We only do this. By opening up this platform to the tech guys, Paul Meijer, Fixed Stops, and then we've got Mark, SuperFlo, and auctions and dealers, and having this platform for guys like us.
Brokers.
Yeah.
We actually talk to brokers and dispatchers
to figure out what we're going to do. Because again, it's not an easy business. Yeah, go ahead.
So even my goal is after hauling cars, I do want to eventually move into being a broker. I don't want to spend the rest of my life behind the steering wheel. So what is your take on being a carrier and a broker? Is it possible?
Absolutely. Matter of fact, I was a carrier, then I became a broker because I had too many cars to move, right? And I think if I remember right, you were kind of sitting on the fence between enclosed and open. Is that right?
Yeah, because of my current equipment, I actually pull a step deck trailer with ramps primarily, and my enclosed is parked. But yeah, I am sitting on the fence in between the two just because I want to make sure I have the proper amount of freight to go into the enclosed versus with the like how what's the company here that we've been talking about advertising? What is it? Jack Cooper. So with how Jack Cooper is similar doing, that's how I've been running, which is I took a load of some Humvees up to a military base in Arkansas. And after I delivered the Humvees, I was able to get some dry freight and come back down. Now that it's profitable for me, but I honestly don't enjoy it because my heart and soul is in car transport. So I'm on the fence between it. But like I said, just to get back to what I'm saying is I want to make sure that being a broker and a carrier is actually still attainable and still doable.
Yeah, very much so. And this is just my opinion, and I'm happy to have anybody else's, but if I was happy to be a broker because I had assets, trucks. Mm-hmm. So I didn't mind taking a couple of load or a car or whatever it was, knowing if things didn't go well for the load board, I can throw it on one of mine and get it handled, and I've got a happy customer. Now, my experience with the load board has always been terrible, okay? Matter of fact, it was so bad I hired a guy. I had so many cars to move all the time. I just hired a guy that's all he did was put cars on central dispatch and deal with it. Well, guess what he turned out to be? He turned out to be a greedy prick, right?
Yeah, we see him a
That's
lot.
what he did. I mean, the son of a bitch, I'm getting mad. Excuse me. You know,
it's okay. Well, dispatchers will do that.
No, he wasn't a dispatcher. He was my broker, right?
Brokers are even worse.
Yeah. I'm the broker. He's working for me. I've got cars that are on this load board. They're out of our lane. We don't go there. I'm not going there. Right? Hey.
By the way, I'm kidding.
Put it on the load board and get rid of it. Okay. 4 days later, my phone's ringing, and I've got somebody on the other line not happy. Not happy.
can imagine.
Hey, I'll take care of it. I'll call you right back. Hang up. Call the guy, my mic guy. Hey, buddy. Yeah. What do you got those cars posted for? 22 cents a mile per. Oh my!
Holy cow!
I mean, I lose it on him. I mean, F-bombs everywhere. It's terrible, right?
Yeah, because who can survive off of that?
Well, not that.
Oh my gosh!
No. Here's the problem.
I'll do it for $50 less.
No, the guy could get it. Listen to me. The guy could get it moved. He was a sales guy. The problem is that I don't have patience for that, and neither does my client. I don't play that game. Get the shit moved. Okay? I just said that live. This isn't a game. Jay and I'll fight all day long about rates and what rates should be. I'm the guy over here saying, well, I'm the broker. If I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do the deal, I'm going to sell it and I'm going to put it together, and you want to take it for 25 cents a mile, is that my problem? Jay and I'll fight about that live, right?
Troy Lane, super chat. We just got another super chat. I just had to draw attention to it. I want to thank Troy. I want to thank Larry Archie. Guys loving the show. Really cool. I mean, you know, it is amazing what's happening here. And I like that we've kind of altered verticals. Broker, dispatcher, carrier. The thing is that, yeah, if it's almost like when Brian Riker says that a wedge trailer overloaded, just because you can do it doesn't mean you should. I think of the 22 cents a mile posting. Just because you can do it, man, don't post that.
Well, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, Sheldon, but go ahead. Yeah, you can definitely become a broker. And matter of fact, if you're doing it right, Josh, I just saw Josh pop up.
Yeah.
Josh needs to be a broker.
And I want to say to Sheldon, I think that'd be a good, based on the way you talk and what you talk about, what you're thinking about, I could see that happening. Yeah.
Well, thank you. I definitely appreciate it. My ideal thing is similar to Konstantin. I have a very new family, and that's what halted my car hauling and began to curb in my mind as far as how I can make this thing work. And so I'm currently sifting through various opportunities, like carving out a lane. Like Konstantin has relocated, but he's carving out his own lane in that area. I've spoken with Andrew, and I've expressed to him how far I'd like to run. So I need to carve out my lane. I know it's very possible, but I need guys like you guys, everyone that's involved on this chat, to make that happen.
Well, and Sheldon, I wanted to touch on that. When we had spoke, the one thing that really pointed out to me was you were very similar to me in the way of it's easy for you to create relationships. It's easy to speak with people on a very basic, layman terms understanding type of conversation where you can relate to them and you can understand their needs. So for you to be a broker and a carrier, I think that's a piece of cake for you. And I think that, at the same time, you wanting to be close to your family shows what kind of guy you are as well. Shows you're a good family man and you're trying to provide, but you also want to stick to doing what you love. So, finding that balance between, being that broker and also going ahead and being able to say, oh yeah, I want to ship these cars on these days. I'm going to drive on these days and I'm going to broker on these days. And I think that also that's what this channel is about, right? Helping each other out. Hey, I got cars going here. Well, hey, I don't service that area, but I know, Konstantin, he services that area. Oh, well, I don't service those. Well, Sheldon goes that way. So, you're able to absolutely use this channel as something to help fill that base of you being a broker. So, hey, I'm the enclosed guy. I haul exotics and classics. I don't know much about doing the open air stuff, but what I can tell you is you're very good at, relating to people and having conversations just based upon the 45-minute conversation that we had. But go for it, man. I think you do very well at it.
10-4, appreciate it, man. I thank you.
Right, agreed.
Absolutely.
And so once you know that, there's no boundaries to what you can accomplish. Just staying in tune, staying educated, and keep talking to everybody. I network like crazy. It's the only way I've been able to get this far. Is I continue to make contacts with people that Ty knows. He stood there watching me do it. I'm like, what's fintech? Let's talk about it. What the fintech?
But I think, Jay, you're also one of the important things that I think when you realize, and I had to learn this the hard way, was don't be afraid of no, or don't be afraid of get the hell out of my dealership, because that's part of the game. Because when have you ever, found something good out of an easy situation? It always comes out of a hard situation. So for you in the way that you network. You know, I'm sure you've been told no before. I'm sure you've been told, hey, I don't have the time of day for this, or hey, I can't talk right now. Maybe try later. But you've continuously gone after it, and it shows. I mean, it shows this channel. I mean, look what we're doing. I don't think anybody really understands the magnitude of what we're doing right now. It's 9:45
Isn't that
p.m.
cool?
where I am.
I know, it's crazy.
10:45, 11 where you guys are, but everybody's staying on because they understand the value behind all of this, because there really is. And I think everybody on here has their own little niche. And if we all see each other's niche and see each other as more of a family to bounce ideas off each other versus, I don't want to talk to him, or I don't want to talk to him. Hey, those are my loads. I'm not going to tell you about my prices. It doesn't get anybody anywhere. It just creates more chaos and more drama. So like you said, when you create those relationships and you bring people together like this, it's what it's about. I mean, at the end of the day, we're on here because we love hauling cars, right? I mean, at a very basic level, that's what it's about. So I appreciate you guys.
Man,
tonight's been awesome.
Love it. Here. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you.
Andrew, to your point about being told no, you haven't lived until you've been thrown out of a store. Okay, that's a rite of passage. But the group, what I want to point out here, the common thread that ties everything together is the community that Jay and Ty are building here. Okay, not just singular focused. I mean, you guys are expanding it to all areas of the business. And I'm on the vendor side, I'm on the dealer side. I didn't know much about car hauling until you guys reached out to me. But what I've learned in the few months that I've been watching your shows, tremendous amount I've learned. But you know, one thing you have to always remember is everybody is always watching. Everybody. They may not say anything, they may not interact with you right away, but trust me, everybody's always watching. I get the email, another sign up on my dealervendormatch.com, transporter out of Colorado. He saw the show, he went on the website, and he signed up. It's that simple. People have questions, they come on your shows, you got 4 of them every week. I don't know if I should like you or curse you because you're sucking me into all of them. I'm hooked on 2 of them now. Okay, and I know it's just a question of time before I get sucked into the other 2, and then I'm done. But even tonight, okay, I get a LinkedIn connection request to say, hey, thanks for connecting. How did you find me? He says, I caught a glimpse of you on the Roundtable tonight. Let's talk tomorrow. So this is an invaluable resource that you guys are building for everybody in all different areas. You've got to learn. If you want to build your business, you need to learn how to build your community. And your community is not just the people you deal with directly. It's all of the other verticals that somehow tie into what you do, getting to know those people and leveraging those people. I can call Ty at any time and he'll answer the phone. If I need Ty for anything, I know I can count on him. If I need Jay for anything, I know I can count on him. And the same goes this way too. At some point in time, we all need the answer to something. So by building a community, a lot of the same people connect here every week on the different shows. These are people you can connect with, grow with, and grow your business with. I mean, it's invaluable. I can't thank you guys enough, man.
Here. Thank you, Paul. That's really cool.
Good deal. Well, guys, I'll tell you what. This was a tribute, a thank you, Jay, Josh, everybody that's on here. Josh, Shannon, Konstantin, Brian, Andrew, Carlos, Sheldon, Shawn, Abdi, Mark, Catherine, Paul, and there was Ron, and we had a bunch of other people, and there were people that couldn't make it.
Yeah.
And there was one story I wanted to tell. I don't know. Do I got time? I'll make it fast.
Oh yeah, always. I'm here. We're streaming.
Okay. Well, this is what you see here. This is the good stuff. There was Oscar who had called. Okay, back up. Oscar sent Jay an email. Jay forwarded me the email. Oscar needs a dispatcher. Now, I don't know about Jay, but when I read it, you could feel panic, right? Jay, could you feel the panic in this email?
Oh yeah, no, it was one that I get probably once or twice every few months. Anyways, yeah, it was. I need a dispatcher right now because I'm freaking out. It's kind of the email.
So Jay does what he always does. He's like, yeah, here's Ty's number. Call Ty. All right. Well, I get the email. My phone's ringing that quick, and obviously it's this guy. Right. We'll leave names out. Nice guy. Right. He calls. I need a dispatcher. Okay. Where are you at? What do you do? And I've talked to Sue enough. I pre-qualify, right? So I know what
That's
Sue
right.
wants.
Now I never just send them to Sue. I send them to you because, there could be, we don't know.
I pre-qualify. So I started asking a few questions. I just want to know, where are you at? What are you doing? As the conversation unfolds, it turns out this guy's helping his buddy. They got a Ram 5500 with a 4-car trailer. Ram 5500, 4-car trailer. He's helping his buddy. Follow me? Okay. 2 guys, 1 truck, 4-car trailer. Does anybody see problem here?
Yeah.
Birth.
Big problem. What's the big problem? We got 1 truck trying to feed 2 faces. And
That's
they
not
want a
working.
dispatcher, right? Okay, I'm not here to make fun. Okay, this is a cool story. What happens next is
This is a case study.
This is goosebumps. Okay, get your Kleenex out, because this made me about cry.
Wow.
As we're talking, and I'm being real patient, and I've learned how to be patient. I'm not there yet, but I'm getting better. So I'm wanting to just hang up on the guy and tell him to go away, because if you don't know that 2 guys in 1 truck is a bad idea, you don't need to talk to me, right? So I take the time. I'm talking to him. He's telling me, I'm asking more questions. It keeps going, right? And something shifts in the conversation. I said, listen, buddy, foreign guys, okay? One a dispatcher. One doesn't speak English at all. The other one does good. I said, listen, it's not my place. It's not my business. I don't know you, but I just got this really bad feeling that you need to get the hell out of this deal quick. And I said, I'm not trying to be mean, but I don't think you're supposed to be here. His voice starts cracking.
Wow.
He's like, how did you know that? I'm not a genius. I'm not a prophet. I talk to you guys every day. I know, right? I listen. I hear it. I can hear the panic. I know. So I start asking little simple questions. So you guys are behind the 8 ball right now, aren't you? Yeah. How'd you know that? Don't know. Right. So let me ask you what you're doing. You're needing a dispatcher because you guys know you can make $1,000 today. Yeah. Right. Okay. But when you go to make that $1,000, it turns out it takes you 3 days to make that $1,000, and you forgot about all the problems in the middle. Yeah. How'd you know that? Listen, buddy, what I'm telling you is I care about this business enough to tell you, you need to get away from this situation as fast as you can. What can you do? Do you have a CDL? Yeah. Do you want to haul cars? Yeah. Okay, well, guess what? We know transport companies in Florida that are hiring guys all day long. So we're going to get this guy away from this bad situation and put him in a good situation where he can go help maybe a guy like Robbie.
Right.
LMR. Be a driver. Save up your money. You want to own your own car hauling company? Yeah, I do. Okay, well, what you're doing now is going to do nothing except set you back maybe 5-10 years. Keep going, right? Don't do that. Bad idea. Anyway, point being, I'm telling this story because it's not all candy canes and roses and pretty flowers. I'm the guy that's told several people, stop, don't do that. And it was shocking, absolutely shocking to hear these people say, thank you. I just needed somebody to tell me stop. And so now, guess who my new friend is? Oscar. Right? And Oscar, we're going to put Oscar in a job with a company, and he's going to drive a Stinger, and he's going to help one of our other friends out in the transport company. And Oscar's really happy. It's a big load off his shoulders. He felt like he was obligated to help this guy in this train wreck situation. No. Bail. Right? Okay. So we touch stories like that, and we touch stories like that. I mean, we touch a lot of different stories here, and it's because of what Jay's put together. So again, everybody that's here, thank you so much. It means more to me than I can even tell you. Also, Jay, thank you very much. This is great. So
Thank
you
you
guys.
That was a great story. And I just want to say, I have wondered how there's so many companies looking for drivers. There's got to be some folks that would fit into that category at that time better. So we need to keep getting you connected to all these companies that are trying to get people in the right position at that time. There's
Josh
a time and a
has
place.
something.
Yeah, Josh.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt y'all. Y'all was talking. I actually just run a load after I paused, by the way. It was that little short run I told you I've been eating up for CarMax. It's like 30 miles. They think it's actually 80 or 90 miles. Anyway, no, I was getting bits of it. I didn't want to mess the video up. So what was it? Is it Mark that has that? How many? I might have missed it. You might have said it. How many carriers does he have listed? He said already. That'll tell me the size of his load board.
20.
Do you know
how many carriers do you have, Mark? 2,000 plus?
2,000 plus.
2,200.
Do you do a lot of? I mean, you have a lot of. Because I didn't know that you existed. I kick myself in the butt because I get so busy. Not that I don't enjoy watching the show, but I need to stop and at least take the time to watch it while I drive sometimes or doing something else. But I did not know you existed. But do you have a lot of stuff in the south, eastern region?
So you should try to reach out to me and let me try to get you set up on your routes. So we'll just send you text messages when new loads come in your route, and it's easy to book. You can book quickly, easily, and I think it'll help you dominate that lane that you're trying to dominate.
Yeah, well,
I can first crack in there.
If it starts at $500 extra, then I wouldn't make. I'll come in there and keep cleaning. That's the way I operate.
So I just emailed you, Mark. I just emailed you Josh's email. Put you guys in touch.
Yeah,
I'd like to also talk to Sheldon too about his becoming a broker. We really have some good tools for the brokerage side, and I can help him get started with that.
Perfect. I am emailing you Sheldon's information next.
Okay. I'm going to bail. And there are a lot of people here, a lot of good information. So everybody should have my number. Catherine, you have to definitely call me tomorrow. And I wanted to talk to Sheldon and Shawn. Abdi, I just don't remember talking to you, man.
So Abdi is Knucklehead.
Oh, okay, Knucklehead.
Yeah, Knucklehead.
Now
well,
he's always on the show.
Yeah, dude, all the time. It's awesome.
All right, got it. All right. Brian Pepson, Josh Thornton, Konstantin, Carlos, Sheldon, Shawn, Shannon. Man, thank you, Jay, so much.
Yeah, this was really fun. I really do appreciate everybody showing up. Thank you for your patience, your time. Because I know it was more listening than talking, except for me, right? I take up all the wind, but thank you so much. Thank you.
That was good. Well, no, thank you. Anyway, guys, we'll definitely stay in touch. We're trying to figure out exactly what we want to do at the roundtable. Any ideas, suggestions, throw them out there. We'll see what we can do. We're flexible and open. So
cool.
Just keep in touch. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm out.
Okay.
Thanks,
Ty.
guys.
Have a good evening.
Thanks, Ty.
Thanks, Ty. You have a good night.
Yep.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Take care.
All right.
Josh, I'll
See
get
you
you
guys
tomorrow.
That was so awesome.
Good night, John boy.
Good night, Jay.
Hey, Jay.
See y'all later.
Thanks.
See you later, Mark.
Thank you, Carlos.
Okay, guys.
Thanks, Andrew.
Hey, have a good
Abdi,
night, guys.
Shannon.
All right, Jay. Great show.
Thanks, Jay.
Thank you,
you.
guys.
Yep.
Wow. Last man standing. Take care, Knucklehead. All right. Wow, man. Wow. You know, it's interesting. It felt, for a moment, it felt like a retirement party, except I'm just getting started. So how cool is that? I really appreciate everybody taking. That was a long show. We're going on 11 o'clock Central Time. This is a 3-hour extravaganza, another one. And in the live chat, thank you so much. And John, make sure I got that right. Yep, John, I got your email. And so, you know, you can, that's the whole point. Get in touch. do get in touch. Send an email. I'm autotransportintel@gmail.com. I'll put you in touch with Ty. If you want to sign up, go to autotransportintel.com and click on the sign up button. I just put the link in the live chat. So yeah, we want to make sure, we want to connect you. You looking for tech? Or you looking for, what are you looking for? So we want to help. Insurance, DOT compliance, you know the shows, right? But then there's the people that we want to get you in touch with. And that's the goal, right? So I was going to say, I make shows like Josh Hall's Cars, just constantly, nonstop. Thank you, Silver Mint, Fast Eddie, right? This was an interesting show. Thank you, Konstantin. That was cool. That was really cool. And we've wanted to make a show like this for a while, but everything, you know, there's a time and a place, and it does take a while to put a show together, and there's timing and everything. Anyways, I want to thank Murphy Auto Transport Services. Thank you so much, Sue, for everything you do. If you need a dispatcher, tune in on Thursdays on Dispatching Live, and I'll put you in touch with Sue. I want to thank you, SuperFlo Systems. Thank you, Mark, for being a part of the panel tonight. And if you have a question, and Mark has so many links. SuperFlo Systems, Dispatch Center, Truckify, Pro ABD, iTruckPay. Let me know how I can help. Jack Cooper, thanks, Jack Cooper. If you're interested, go to jackcooper.com/careers. You can go there, look around, get some ideas, or apply online for a job. I really want to thank, man, I got to go through, I'm just going to say the list right now. Thank you, Ty. Thank you, Josh, Mark, Paul, Ron, Jeff, Brian, Andrew, Trevor, Konstantin, Abdi, Carlos, Rob, Janet, Shawn, Lucky, Shannon, Rodney, Catherine, Oscar, Sheldon. Almost everybody made it tonight, and I really do appreciate the time, patience, input, participation, and support. So thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This was episode 172. Is this 172? Yeah, I think it was 172 in a row on a Tuesday night. Cars on the Move, monthly roundtable. I'm sure we'll do this again, but it certainly won't be every month. Next week, we have ARI Fleet Management. Totally taking a different direction. I'm telling you, fleet management company, what does that even mean, right? What is a fleet management company? I'm telling you, their whole business is vehicles for other companies. So there is a lot to look at, talk about, and learn. We're going to have Mike and Peter from ARI, and we're also going to have Paul Machine from Black Book. It's going to be a great show. So looking forward to that. Thank you guys so much. Tune in, say hello. Other than that, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Peace out, everybody.